my problem is I got 17 on now. We're at 130 and dropped to 17. That's all right. So hopefully they'll, yeah. I put the description, the link to the new one, so hopefully if they go there, we'll see them hop over.
Please clear the mats. Please clear the mats so we can begin the next round. Bout number 39 will be wrestling on mat 1, 145 pounds from Bueller High School. Martin Perez, his opponent from Wichita Southeast, Devontae Williams. Bout number 40 will be wrestling on mat 2, 106 pounds from Newton, Nick Treaster, his opponent from Andover Central, Jackson Newcomb.
All right, we are back and set to go. Welcome back. We are on a different web stream now. I believe that we are up and running. A little cleaner feed now. I think we're getting some audio now onto YouTube as well.
So it looks like we're going to be doing the championship side semifinals or semifinals here so that we can populate the consolation side of the bracket before we go down there. And I do know that one of these matches at 106, I think it's on mat 2, Treaster for Newton. He's a pretty salty little wrestler. So this should be
that's on mat 2 in the upper right corner of your screen. This is Nick Treaster of Newton, a state champion last year as a freshman.
I think we're pretty
I'm pretty
positive.
sure.
He has an older brother that I think finished third last year.
I think he's second.
In the lower left,
yeah.
In the lower left corner of your screen at 106 in the semifinals, Logan Province of Derby and Marcus Terry of Augusta.
Body lock, big lift.
You're going to see a lot of good action here in these opening matches. The little guys like to go.
That's deep. Augusta just keeps putting people on their backs.
Yep. Augusta's salty. Yeah, there's going to be a quick pin there.
Right there.
Quick pin on mat 2. Looks like we're going to have a quick pin on mat 3. He's getting that deep. Looks like he's getting the legs. How's that not a pin yet? Yeah, there it is right there. And we got quick pins on all 3 mats. Yeah.
Guess you got to count to 3 until you.
This is not WWE, Tim.
So the finals are set. The finals are set at 106. It'll be Nick Treaster of Newton, Marcus Terry from Augusta. So we'll move over into 113.
That was a quick go.
Yeah, that was a quick go there for the 106 pounders.
Keep it done first here.
It was all within 10 seconds of each other for sure.
From Augusta, Brady Fox. His opponent from Pratt, Nathaniel Chavez.
So we are now into 113 and 120. The semifinals on the championship side. On mat 2, we'll have Bailey Steinmetz of Newton and Andy Lynn of Augusta. That's on mat 2 in the upper right of your screen. On the lower left on mat 3, it is Grady Fox. I beg your pardon, over on the lower left of your screen, it'll be Grady Fox of Augusta and Nathaniel Chavez of Pratt. On the upper right, upper left of your
That's
screen.
a stick. How's that not a stick?
That's got to
He's
hurt.
getting 5 out of that, though.
On the mat 1, on the upper left of your screen, it is Dalton Weber of Pratt and Ethan Albright of Derby, and the Pratt wrestler Weber in control.
Yeah, Weber is the one that had the good banana split in. Over on mat 2, you got Andy Lynn, I think, for Augusta. I remember seeing him when he was in youth wrestling being pretty dang good, so I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out on top here. But it is actually 2-2 now on mat 2 with the Newton Railers getting a reversal there.
Getting right back up. Like that motion.
On mat 1, Weber of Pratt at 113 and Albright of Derby. It is a 5-0 lead for the number 1 seed, Dalton Weber of Pratt.
He's getting
Augusta
back
just
points
getting
there.
back.
That's Grady Fox of Augusta at 120 on mat 3 in the lower left of your screen.
Yep, it's going to be
There it
9-1,
is.
and he's
Yeah.
going to get the fall there. Yeah, that's tight.
So Fox of Augusta into the finals at 120.
My big emphasis when I'm coaching my kids lately, the advanced kids that I work with, is getting them, once they get the kid on their back, being able to keep them on their back while they transition into another pinning combination to make sure you get the fall. And that's what the kid from Augusta there on mat 3 was able to do. He got him on his back and then transitioned hip heist into a good tight pinning combination.
Team race, too. That's a Augusta on Pratt crime right there.
Yeah, it looks like Augusta and Pratt are going to be in the running for who's going to win the tournament as a team.
So Lynn of Augusta didn't get the reversal. The coach asked for it. That looked like he might have had it, but the official says he didn't get it. And the Augusta coach asked that Lynn had the reversal and didn't get it. So over on mat number 3, in the lower left of your screen, we're at 120 in the semis. Cole Malloy of Derby and Colin Bybee of Newton.
Looks like the official over on mat 2 is just confirming. I think he lost who was on top, and he's trying to confirm if the other kid was on top. Does he award 2?
Nope, still
Newton's
3 to
going for
3.
a quick stick here.
Over
That's
here
tight.
on mat 3, Newton's Bybee trying for a quick pin in the 120 championship semifinals.
Come on.
See, there's some more good transitions over there on mat 3.
Fight by Derby off his back there.
Didn't get the pin.
And that is in your lower left of your screen. But Newton's Bybee leads 5-0 over Malloy of Derby at 120.
He's got to get that. Got to get that elbow.
In the upper right of your screen on mat number 2, Steinmetz of Newton and Lynn of Augusta tied at 3.
Derby has a roll right here, and he doesn't even know.
Yeah, on mat 2, Andy Lynn is just up, making him return him to the mat, making him return to the mat.
Again.
He's
got
constantly fighting for hand control, and he's going to get one there for sure.
So Lynn of Augusta goes up 4 to 3
right
on mat
attack.
2.
Like that.
Over here on mat number 1 in the upper left of your screen, we have Weber of Pratt and Albright of Derby at 113. And currently,
looks like we got
Pratt's in the lead.
5-0.
Weber's up 5-0.
Yep. Not in good position right now. He's got his head on the mat, though.
So ever since the banana split, there hasn't been a whole lot of action. There it is, reversal right there. Got to get them hips up.
On mat number 1 in the upper left, Derby's Malloy trailing 9-0 now in the final 10 seconds of the first period to Bybee of Newton.
Yeah, that Newton kid's giving him the business for sure. He's been dominant the whole match. He's controlling hands. He's controlling every transaction.
Now we got a stalemate here on mat 2 between Lynn of Augusta and Steinmetz of Newton, again in the upper right of your screen. Glad you're with us on YouTube and here on DHS Radio as we bring coverage of the 68th Annual Douglas Goodwill Invitational. One of the greatest tournaments in the state of Kansas, one of the oldest and most historic tournaments in the state.
So we found out during the break why we have such low numbers in our tournaments, and there's so many buys in the match. We're unfortunately only allowed to have 112 athletes wrestling today, and we were unable to invite 3 of the teams that were scheduled to be here. So that changed the numbers quite a bit, changed the tournament quite a bit, but we're still getting some good action out here today.
Still crowned some champions today in the greatest tournament in the state of Kansas outside of the postseason. Over on mat number 1 in the mat 3, lower left of your screen, nearing a fall for Newton's Steinmetz.
Yeah, we're getting ready on mat 3. It's getting ready to be a tech fall.
That would be Newton's Bybee at 120.
Yeah, Bybee's getting ready to get the tech fall. He scores one more set of points, and it's a done deal. He's probably going to look to get something really tight and get the pin so he can get that extra team point, but he's at least got 5 for sure if he gets the tech.
Now we're at a stalemate, so they'll go back to the middle over there. Over on mat number 1 in the upper left of your screen, we're nearing a fall for Pratt's Weber. 1:26 left, and there's the pin in the third period. So Dalton Weber of Pratt is into the Goodwill final.
think that Derby kid might have wanted the ref to hit that a little faster.
He was ready for it.
Yeah, that looked a little painful.
Still a good match going on Mat 2 there. It's still 4-3. The only point scored after they tied it up was the escape by the Lynn kid. Oh, but we're getting some back points there with the tilt. That tilt was tight. He did not see it coming.
Of Newton going to get
big.
3 back points here and take a lead with a minute left in the third period of this match on Mat 2 in the upper right of your screen.
Lynn's looking like he's pretty passive right now. He's going to have to base up, get hand control, and he's going to have to get moving, but it's not. He's laying there like a dead fish right now.
And we've got moving. A fall over on mat number 3. So winning is Bybee of Newton taking out Malloy of Derby. So at 120 pounds, finals are set. Gray Fox of Augusta at 120 with Colin Bybee of Newton finals at 123. Or 120, I beg your pardon.
Tim, what would you go for here? Would you, if you had 35 seconds left on Mat 2 and you were down by 2, if you were Lynn, would you be looking for escape and then a takedown, or would you just go for the tie and get a reversal?
I'm confident enough in my rolls. I would have hit a short sit right into a barrel roll. Get that 5-point move and steal the match right here. That's what I'd be working for if I was Lynn.
We're going over to
say, especially Lynn's been standing up really good, but he can't get those hands.
He has to hit 3 or 4 stand-ups before he actually gets away, and he does not have that much time. He's got to. I felt like he was going to end up winning this match, but he's getting dominated right now.
So I'm honestly surprised the ref hasn't gave a stalling call to Newton just for how many times Lynn gets to his feet.
Yep, he got the 1. Is he going to get the 2? He's got 10 seconds on that 2.
10 seconds. He's
got to drive. He's got to drive. He's got to
post up. He's got to post.
He's got it. He's got a knee slide up.
He's got to look across. Oh! Will he get it? He's got to cover the hips.
Oh!
There it is.
He still got a foot. Man. He still got his foot. Didn't get it.
Man.
Steinmetz of Newton holds on, and maybe the match of the day thus far, beating Andy Lynn of Augusta. So the finals at 113 will be Dalton Weber of Pratt and Bailey Steinmetz of Newton.
If I'm the coach, I'd probably show a little bit of attitude there. Yeah, he's going to bring him over.
So we're going to focus on mat number 2, defending state qualifier, Nolan Egan of Derby. At 132, will wrestle Chance Holmgren.
As a freshman, Egan finished 3rd last year, I do believe. Was it 3rd or 4th? I actually got to watch that match in person, and it was a very exciting match. And he had a very strong showing at, I do believe, Derby's 5A state. 5A? 6A, excuse me. Yeah,
that coming up on 2.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
We were at that state tournament, Tim. I pointed out that match to you.
Matt Reynolds of Douglas will be up on mat 3 in the semis at 138 against Roman Caldwell of Augusta.
Next available, 138 pounds, Avery Dutcher.
So on mat 2, we'll have Egan of Derby and Holmgren of Eisenhower.
Here we go. He's quick to get points. So let's see if his style changed any from last year. Yeah, he's very physical, very heavy on the head. I like his style. Yep. He's going to keep clubbing the head, create action.
Yep.
So this is on mat 2 in the upper right of your screen, the 130. Mat 1 in the upper left of your screen, the other 132 semifinal, Kaufman of Newton and Pelland of Pratt. So these two will determine the finals at 132. On mat number 3 in the lower left, it'll be Matt Reynolds of Douglas and Roman Caldwell of Augusta in the semis at 138.
Yeah, we're getting into some serious action here now. This is good stuff. These guys know how to fight. They know how to be aggressive and still look for attacks and defense at the same time.
Nice shot.
Oh, yeah, that's a smooth shot. A little high crotch action there. It's quick.
So Egan takes the lead on mat 2.
Ooh, we locked hands there?
Yeah.
Did you see it? Was it?
It was just that fast of a transition.
Oh, that's your
didn't
move
have anything
right
else.
there, bud.
Yeah, you gotta love going under that leg.
So Egan called for a penalty
now.
point. Holmgren gets his first point of the match, and then he gets a reversal. So Holmgren goes from down 2-0 to up 3-2 in a blink of an eye, and now a stalemate with 51 seconds left in the first period.
Reynolds is just grinding on that arm on mat 3. That's his name, right? Reynolds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matthew Reynolds, Jay.
Matt Reynolds for Douglas over on mat number 3 in the lower left of the screen against Roman Caldwell of Augusta. Over on mat number 1, our other 132 semifinal, Kaufman of Newton and Pelland of Pratt. And right now it's Pelland of Pratt in the 2-0 lead with 39 seconds left in the first period.
Say Derby's just got to belly down here and regroup.
He's
His
trying
legs
to
are
slide
split.
out. He's not going to be able to pull that off.
Legs are crossed.
He's going to have to muscle pretty hard.
Yeah, he's just got to bail on that, rework. There we go. Say Eisenhower has to do something with that leg, though.
He's only got so long to hang on to one leg. He's going
Why
to
is
tie
he
it up
not
there.
counting?
He's going to tie it up there.
Why is the ref not counting?
Now he gets out.
Got
Egan
5
ties it up here on mat
seconds.
number
See if he
2.
gets another nice smooth shot in here.
Last 10 seconds of the first period on mat 2.
Come on, let's score some points here, bud.
Eisenhower's been pretty solid here, though.
Yeah, no,
Over
it's a good
on-
match.
Over on mat number 3, Reynolds of Douglas leads 5-0 over Caldwell of Augusta.
Reynolds
30 seconds
grinding
left
on
in the
that arm
first.
again. There it is. Oop, just missed it.
Over on mat number 1 in the upper left, first period over, and Pratt,
Got that body press.
Pelland of Pratt leads Kaufman of Newton 2-0.
Looks like we're going to get some more. We got 3 more near fall for Reynolds over for Douglas on mat 3. Looks like he's going to secure the win for him to be in the finals here. Over on mat 2, Egan chose down, and he's going to score another escape to make it 4-3 with 1:50 left in the second.
What are the Eisenhower kids' accolades?
So-
Is he state ranked or anything?
Into
Safe.
the first
Beat
period
tough.
over on mat 3, lower left of your screen. Matt Reynolds leads 8-0 after 1. Reynolds gets the choice. He defers, and it will be Augustus Caldwell with the choice, and he is going to choose. He's going to choose up.
Over on mat 2 with the Egan boy, he used those heavy hands from the first period. Heavy hands, did a snap down, quick, smooth, go behind. Kid never saw it coming, so he is leading 6-3 now.
And a low scoring, more of a defensive match over on mat number 1. And now we have a reversal. It's a 4-0 advantage for Kaiser Pelland of Pratt over Clayton Newton or Kaufman of Newton.
Say Derby's got to get on the side here. He's riding parallel
Yeah,
pretty
Egan,
bad.
he is, but the guy on bottom looks like he's gassing out a little bit. He had a flash in the pan in the first period, and now he's starting to gas a little bit. I know that the Egan boys' tank is a little bit deeper than most, so
Most state
Comes from good
placers
stock.
have a good tank.
Matt Reynolds about to win by fall on
he's
mat
gonna get
number
that
3.
pin.
He's going to have
Yeah,
a
he's got that
13-0
threaded.
lead after the near fall here, and if it's a matter of
There
that
it is.
now. Matt Reynolds, the first Bulldog wrestler into the final for Douglas here at their home invitational with a pin over Roman Caldwell of Augusta.
yeah, he had 1:20 left once he secured that pinning combination, and he wasn't going to last a whole minute and a half with that tight. It was deep. He was in the right position. It was good.
I'm kind of surprised the ref hasn't called us stalling on that 2 here.
Just a
There
warning
hasn't been
for
a
him.
whole lot of action.
He is hanging on the hips.
Yeah.
A little bit. He's fighting for hands.
Say Eisenhower's been kind of staying safe too.
I mean,
He's been a little glued.
that's the
but
deal with the era of wrestling we're in, where everybody's liking to secure tilts and chicken wings and stuff like that. You secure a tilt, you might be hanging on the hip, but you're still getting ready to have some near fall happen. So
So on mat 2 in the upper right of your screen, Derby's Nolan Egan and Chance Holmgren of Goddard Eisenhower. Egan leads at 6-3 going to the third period. Egan on top. Try to ride this one out and finish it out and get to the Goodwill final. About set to go over on mat number 3. The second final at 1:38 will be Avery Dutcher of Newton and Keyshawn Thompson of Pratt. That one's set to go momentarily. Over on mat number 1, a comfortable lead for Kaiser Pelland of Pratt. He leads 7-0 over Clayton Kaufman of Newton, headed to the third period.
there's a nice
there's
tilt.
Egan getting that tilt that we were talking about. He had that hand control. He had
This one's
that
about over.
He's got to elevate.
2-on-1 tight. He's getting
There you
Not
go,
rolled
right
out of it.
there. Well, he's getting 3 for sure. It's going to be 9-3 with 1:24 left in the third.
Working cradle
And he's
here.
looking for a cradle now. Transition, a little bit of chain wrestling there. Go from one move to the next. So over on mat 3, we got the Thompson kid from Pratt. He looks like he's going to have a
Here
little bit
it
tougher
goes.
match than the first couple rounds.
Nolan Egan going to get 3 more back points. He'll be up 12-3 if he doesn't come away with the pin here with a minute left on mat 2 on the upper right of the screen.
He's going to get the 3. He's not
Got to
going to
like
get the
pushing
pin
for
there.
that major.
Yeah. He didn't get the pin off of that. He
So-
just didn't have the correct position for that to be a fall.
Egan leads 12-3, 50 seconds left in the third.
He's
A lot of action over
slow.
here. A lot of action over here on mat number 3. Good start. Very active match in the other 138 semifinal between Dutcher of Newton.
Oh, that's great. Great motion.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's the first time we've seen Thompson get the better, have someone get the better of him there. Give up 2 early on in the first period.
Oh, another tilt.
Yep, he's going to get another 3 count there. It's good. If he gets
Got to
the 3,
elevate those legs better with
he's
his left.
securing the tech there. That's going to be a 15-point victory for him. So he gets 5 points for Team Derby there.
So Nolan Egan wins it 18-3, the son of Derby legend Steve Egan. And so Nolan Egan is into the 132 final.
That was a good performance. He did have a little bit of a slow start there in the first period where he only scored 3 and the other kid scored 3, but then he just smeared it on after that. It was nice and secured the tech fall victory for Derby.
So the Goodwill final at 132 will be Nolan Egan of Derby and Kaiser Pellant of Pratt, who's about to wrap things up over on mat number 1. On mat 3 for Pratt, Thompson trails 4-0 to Avery Dutcher of Newton. So we are now into the 145 semifinals.
Bout number 54 will be wrestled on mat 1.
Are there 2 Thompson
There
brothers?
are.
Yep, that's why we were saying. Okay, so these are 2.
And they're both wrestling right now, so good luck, Mom and Dad.
Yep, was it 138 and 145?
Yes.
That makes it easy in the wrestling room a little bit.
They just wrestle each other.
Yep.
Probably done that at home for years and years.
Oh, just he tries to go and slap my headlock on. And he got it. He got it.
Oh, man, he's got it. He's going to end up getting the fall out of that.
Elevate.
That is tight. He's got a
Wow.
minute 45.
Oh.
Oh, he gave it up, but that's
Still got the full 5 though.
he was on top there. Yeah, I was going to say that
Well,
was
he reversed from bottom.
the scoreboard was off just a little bit there. So yeah, he did get a 5-point move there.
So
Got the
Keshawn
reversal.
Thompson of Pratt now leads 5-4 over Taylor Matthews of Goddard Eisen early in the second period. On mat number 2, the other Thompson, Kirel Thompson, and Israel Garza of Goddard Eisenhower going at it. A minute in the first period, no score in that one.
Terrell was the one that had the nosebleed issues earlier today.
It is. And then over on mat number 1,
Another Derby boy.
Luke Sweat, I beg your pardon, of Derby. So good action here in the championship semifinals. The finals will be set after this round of action.
Newton's trying to take the lead back. Belly's out. Why'd the ref stop that?
Potentially dangerous. Working against the
I thought that
joint.
signal was for an offensive foul.
No. It's-
Let's say the Pratt boys are Thompsons are the
The
brothers.
Thompson
Yep.
brothers
Thompson
getting
brothers.
after it right now.
Yep. One of them looks like he's got pretty tough. Well, they're both in a pretty tight match.
Yep.
It's on mat 2, the heavier of the 2 at 145. Terrell is winning 2-0,
This is
and
a big ride out
the
too. If he
brother is winning 5-4 with 2 seconds left in the second. So
Israel Garza at
he
145.
is trailing. Excuse me.
gets, say Newton.
The,
Surprised
the-
Newton
the
went
New-
down there.
Yeah, Newton went
Say
down, but
Thompson's
that
been
whole
riding him right
something.
here.
Turns out he'll let go of that leg a lot faster when you smack him across the nose.
Yeah.
Both definitely huffing and puffing over there on mat 3. They're both hungry and they
Oh, yeah.
want it.
Thompson of
Thompson's
Pratt
holding on.
maintains control.
There it is.
And the Newton boy
Thompson's got
gets the 2.
45. Thompson's got 45 to get out.
So Dutcher now in the lead, 6-5 over Thompson of Pratt at 138 in the semifinal. 35 seconds left in that match. We'll keep our focus on that one over on mat 3 on the lower left of your screen.
On mat 2, we had a pretty good transition there.
3, he leads 7-6 with
15 seconds.
13 seconds left. We're going to have Dutcher and Newton can't get out of it, down to 8 seconds
And
left.
he's just going to hang on for dear life there. Hang
Yeah.
on to that arm. Hang on to that hand control. Looks like the Newton kid gave up there. It's a done deal. He knows he ain't going to get 3 in the last 10 seconds.
That was a fun last minute, though.
That was good.
9-6 at 138. Thompson of Pratt advances to the Goodwill Championship round to take on Matt Reynolds of Douglas.
That's going to be a good match. We got a minute 50 for Thompson's younger brother here at 145 on mat 2. He's got to come up with something big here. He's down 5 with a minute 45 left. He's got to get moving. He's laying there, head on the mat. He's got to create action here. Get hand control, start moving.
So on mat 2, the younger
controlled the pace, controlled everything. He hasn't let him have an inch here. And in order to score on the bottom, I can tell my wrestlers, you got to create space. And the only way you can create space from the bottom is by creating movement. And he's not moved very much. He's staying pretty stationary and just letting this guy beat on him.
So it looks like it'll be a win for Garza at 145 on mat number 2 in the upper right of your screen. New match getting underway on the lower left of your screen. Lindsay of Derby and Duncan of Augusta in the first semifinal at 152. Over on the upper left of your screen, a 145 semi. Sweat of Derby and Simmons of Newton. And right now, Simmons of Newton with a lead in the third period with a minute 10 remaining.
That's going to seal the deal there on mat 2. We got 5 seconds left.
I say Garza secures that major with that last turn. So it's a good match.
So Garza, the winner. It is over on mat 2 in the upper right of your screen. Garza of Goddard Eisenhower is into the final at 145.
A little surprised by the stuff that's going on mat 1 over there. The Newton kid at one point just now, he's winning 7-0 with 30-some seconds left. But at one point, he hit a move, and all he had control of was the Derby Sweat kid's wrist. And the Derby kid laid there completely flat and didn't even move when he could have easily turned and faced him to get an escape. So I feel like he's kind of mailed the rest of this one in here.
Yep, down to 15 seconds left on mat 1 in the upper left. Simmons of Newton about to take care of business over Luke Sweat of Derby in that one. And that'll do it. Final clock. And Simmons of Newton is into the final. So at 145 pounds, it will be Israel Garza of Goddard Eisenhower and to Jaden Simmons of Newton. So we're on to 152 and 160 in the semifinals. Right now on mat number 3 in the lower left of your screen, Case and Lindsay of Derby and Ben Duncan of Augusta into the first period of that one. And it looks as if Derby's Lindsay leads 6-1. On mat 2 in the upper right of your screen, Hogan Thompson of Pratt and Cooper McCloy of Bueller. And that one right now, Thompson of Pratt leads 2-0.
Thompson's working to thread the needle here.
Headed over to 160 on mat number 1 in the upper left corner of your screen. It is Elliott of Bueller and Cook of Goddard Eisenhower, and Douglas's Dalton Hilliard will wrestle in the next mat available.
That's tight.
Yeah, we're going to have a pin here on mat 2.
When your arms are split that bad.
No, he didn't. I thought he gave the fall. Oh, he did give the fall. Okay.
So
maybe he slapped the mat.
I don't know if he even he might not be able to slap the mat because of COVID restrictions.
So Thompson of Pratt into the final at 152.
Is this the Hilliard boy for Douglas?
Yep. Dalton Hilliard for Douglas will be on mat 2 in the upper right of the screen. He will be taking on Jace Jenkins of Derby. So progressing nicely here into the middle weights in the championship semifinals.
This is going to be a tough match right here on mat 2 for Douglas.
The shoulder pad or what?
Yeah.
Over on mat number 3, lower left of the screen, 152. We'll focus on the match in the middle, upper right of your screen.
Hilliard was in on a
Douglas.
quick shot, but it was a dirty shot, and then he got sucker dragged into, or he got drug.
Takes a 2-0 lead over Dalton Hilliard here on mat number 2 in the upper right of your screen.
Oh, there was some clasping there.
dangerous over on mat number 3 in the lower left of your screen. Lindsay of Derby comfortably in front with 30 seconds left in the first period over Duncan of Augusta, 8-1.
I mean, Derby's got to work for a turn here. He's just been kind of riding them
hips.
hips.
He's definitely not even trying to set up a tilt or anything.
Yeah, like,
he's just hanging
he's just
on
holding.
hips.
He's not stopping, trying to get hand control. Now he's
going for a
three-quarter
stack here.
Nelson.
Yeah.
Does not look fun when they
And
get
Hilliard
that
gets
under.
the escape, so it's 2-1, and it kind of resets the match a little bit. 2-1. Dalton Hilliard trails Jace Jenkins of Derby on mat 2 with 27 seconds in the first period.
Be nice to get a takedown here so we can go ahead before round 2. But
He's going to snipe him at the end of the period.
We'll get you a check of the team scores after this round. Be really instructive as to how things are going.
Oh, man, he's going for a toss under 10 seconds. I would.
Score between Sam Elliott of Bueller and Dakota Cook of Goddard Eisenhower. Between Sam Elliott of Bueller and Dakota Cook of Goddard Eisenhower. And Elliott of Bueller with the 2-0 lead as they start the second period on mat number 1 in the upper left of your screen.
Say, Bueller's been close to a couple points throughout the match. He's got an unorthodox style that's bringing him into.
He just got 2 more, actually. It looks like he's going to get another 2 on top of that. So,
Derby's been having a
it's
nice
16-3 over there. Yeah, Derby's definitely laying it on pretty good today. Let's see if this Hilliard boy can get a couple back points out of this here. He's got to get off of his knees, got to get on his toes and start getting active. Looks like he's got an okay tight waist in. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, he's hanging on that hip. He's hanging to the side there. We got to get going.
Got to work. You got to get the turn.
Over here, about a near fall over on mat number 1.
He's going to low leg his sit. And
Bueller's left.
In the second period, Bueller's Elliott about to go on top 7-0. If he doesn't get the fall, he might have sucked it up there to get it.
That's a fall there. I'm surprised the ref hadn't slapped the mat there.
His
there it's over.
Might have been in.
Over on mat 2, looks like we're going to get at least 2 near
big.
fall there.
Oh, wow.
Well, we got 2 near fall out of it, but then the Derby kid's going to get 2 reverse.
Knox, and he's trying to avoid a fall. 27 seconds in the third period. He's trying to push to the boundary to get out of bounds, save himself, and boy, oh boy, he does get fall. 27 seconds in the third period. He's trying to push to the boundary to get out of bounds, save himself, and boy, oh boy, he does get out of bounds. So we'll see what the score is when the smoke clears on all of this.
It's going to be
the official's going to have to go to the table to sort all of this out.
It's got to be 4-7, maybe 4-8.
So Charles Pearson for Douglas will now finals.
2-1, wasn't it?
So at 152, Lindsay of Derby and Thompson of Pratt will be in the final.
Douglas got 2, and then there was a reversal to the back, so it should be 7-3.
I'm okay with 4-6. That's where. Yeah, they're just leaving it 4-6. Yeah,
Derby's like
Derby's arguing it because I think at minimum should probably be 4-7. But if they stick it with 4-6, I'm okay with that. Let's go Dogs.
Yeah, say, is it just me or didn't Douglas only get
a 4 for sure? But 3. Derby had 3 plus 2 for the reversal, plus 2 for the near fall, maybe 3 for near fall. So that's where I came up with 7 or 8.
So you've got 2 Douglas wrestlers going right now. On the upper left of your screen, Charles Pearson for Douglas is taking on Garrett Davis of Augusta. That's in the first semifinal at 170 pounds. On mat number 3 in the lower left of the screen, the other 170 semifinal, Bryce Windsor of Pratt and Trayton Rusher of Derby. The middle match is 160 pounds. On mat number 2, the upper right of your screen, it is Dalton Hilliard of Douglas and Jace Jenkins of Derby. They're sorting out the scoring, and 22.4 seconds left in the second period, and they say it is 7-3 in favor of Jenkins for Derby.
Yep. And it looks like over on mat 1, they're
on the upper left, taking on Garrett Davis of Augusta. Davis trying to suck him in there with a single leg again. 40 seconds in the first period of that one. They go out of bounds before they could award any points. On mat 3, over on the lower left of the screen, Windsor of Pratt and Rusher of Derby scoreless with 37 seconds left in the first.
I think the former UFC champion, her takedown on you, you've got to start shooting. You've got to start attacking.
And Douglas put his knee on the mat, and Derby's hands were clearly still locked around the waist.
7 seconds left over on mat 1. Charles Pierce screen, 1:29 in the third period. Jace Jenkins of Derby in control of Dalton Hilliard 7-3. And on mat number 3 in the lower left of your screen, they go to the second period. And no score between Bryce Windsor of Pratt and Trayton Rusher of Derby. Rusher of Derby chooses down position to start that round.
The
second period.
On mat 2 from Derby. He's really cleaned up this period on his ride. He's been staying behind the arms, working turns real good.
Yeah, he's Hilliard's. Is that Hilliard? Yeah, Hilliard's got to. He's got to do something big here. He's got 1:10 left. He's got to pick up at least 4 points, 5 for the win. So 5-point move right now. Hit something big, maybe a Granby roll, but he's got to start moving, create action. His knees are stationary on the mat. He's got to get going.
I say Derby's. He's just having a clean ride this round.
Over on mat 1, Douglas is getting handled pretty well. It's 9-2 with a minute.
Now
We got to have something on the whistle, you know.
Wins to move on to the final, defeating Charles Pearson of Douglas. So on mat number 1, it'll be Miles, 182 pounds. Cook of Pratt, Wash of Derby on mat number 1, upper left of your screen. Wow. Douglas is Jace High. We'll try to get him to be the second Bulldog wrestler into the Goodwill final. He'll be on 170. Rusher of Derby with a 7-0 lead over Windsor of Pratt early in the third period. We got the Douglas wrestler, Jace High, in the upper right of your screen.
We haven't seen one big throw yet.
Not really. We saw some failed lateral drops, but that's about it.
Oh, dude. Even just like a good hard headlock drop.
Something, yeah. We haven't seen a good headlock. We don't even teach headlocks, Tim.
Headlocks are gross, but they're still cool to watch.
He sits in it for a second, then he fights out of it. But when you get out of it, you got to start changing levels, creating motion, creating angles. He's just kind of sitting stationary. He goes for a shot, a low leg shot. Let's see if he does anything with it. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds. But there's action there, so that's good stuff. The wrestler he's got from Augusta there's got some pretty thick legs on him, but the Douglas wrestler is a little bit taller, longer in stature, so hopefully he'll be able to score from the outside here.
It's Thomas Johnson of Augusta and Jace High of Douglas on mat number 2. Scoreless on mat number 1 as they wind down the first period between Isaiah Cook of Pratt and Miles Wash of Derby. So that will be scoreless into the second period. And wrapping things up over on mat number 3, Jace Rusher of Derby going to wrap that one up. He will be the victor in the semifinal over Bryce Windsor of Pratt. And so Derby gets another wrestler into the final. At 170 pounds, the championship match will be Garrett Davis of Augusta and Trayton Rusher of Derby. That one's over on mat 3.
I say Derby's really storming back into this team race.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You're going to see Derby be in the running for it for sure. As far as the Douglas kid, the one shot he took, it was smooth. He just ran out of mat space. I feel like he needs to get more attacks. There he goes, too. Same shot. Oh,
what's he doing?
No, don't give him your back there, bud.
All right, but we got this underhook.
Got that underhook there. Let's see if he does anything with it. That's the end of the period. We're 0-0 going into period 2, and it looks like it's going to be Douglas's decision. Coach Rhodes says, we've got a score.
On mat 3 in the lower left of your screen, the first semifinal at 195 pounds, it'll be Blaze Wood of Derby and Jacob Money of Augusta.
Douglas we need to get moving here.
Yep. When Dusty Rhodes says we've got a score, that means you got to start moving, and that's exactly what he does. He gets up to his feet and storms out of bounds. Now let's see if we can storm that out of bounds, but actually keep it in bounds and turn face.
So that is on mat number 2 in the upper right of your screen. Jace High of Douglas and Thomas Johnson of Augusta scoreless early in period 2.
Yeah, he's not moving now. He's got to get active. He's just been beat on him.
Augusta's got to let go of that ankle. That should be a 5-second count. He's still holding on to that ankle. I'm not sure why the ref's letting that go.
There we go. Let's get some action here. Get some separation. Get some points. There we go. Nice little
Good
switch.
Movement.
There we go.
Augusta's
and there's points right there. There's 2-0 for Douglas. Now let's see if we can control the tempo. Dusty's calling for a half.
Meanwhile, over on mat number 1, it's a 3-2 lead. In the very tight match, Derby's Miles Wash leads 3-2 over Isaiah Cook of Pratt with 40. Upper right of your screen, a 2-0 lead in the 182 of Augusta.
Looks like on mat 2 here, the Doug a half and a chicken wing on one side, hoping to score from one side or the other and just really be a bully and keeping pressure down into the mat.
He's got to be careful with that arm bar so he doesn't get rolled to his back.
Yep. Make sure he's keeping it legal too. Look,
Bargained in a chicken wing. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm
we're in Kansas here,
now.
Tim. This isn't Minnesota.
Oh, there it is, half.
Yeah, he's going to get that
That's
half
gonna
in
be tight.
deep, and he's got
gotta
the
be
other
careful
arm
with that bar,
trapped.
though.
Yeah,
His
that
bar's
bar
getting a
is
little
pretty.
high.
That could have been potentially dangerous, but we didn't get any near fall out of it anyways.
The
Good
official
thing the ref
right
doesn't
in the
go
way of
down.
the camera. Dispute over on mat number 1 between Isaiah Cook of Pratt and Miles Wash of Derby. So they're trying to sort out the score, and it would appear it is a 6-2 lead for Wash of Derby. They head to the third period.
Interesting decision here for the Augusta kid going against the high kid from Douglas. The Douglas kid chose down. He got the reversal, and then he rode him for the entire second period. The Augusta kid elected to go down here. So let's see if anything different happens here. I feel like he's going to continue to be dominant.
Jace High
needs to get them hands.
Jace High trying to join Matt Reynolds as the first 2 Douglas wrestlers into the finals of this 68th annual Goodwill Invitational. It has been Derby's day so far, though, guys.
Yep.
Meanwhile, speaking of Derby, over on in the lower left of your screen, scoreless into the second period. Wood and Money.
There it is.
And looks like Blaze Wood. Nope, they're not going to give him any point. Oh, they're
Yeah,
going to say one for an
do
escape at a minimum there. So Blaze Wood of Derby gets 1 point for the escape, the first point of that match over Jacob Money, the senior for Augusta.
I kind of feel that was a good call on the ref there. I feel like that definitely should have been 2. Not sure why the Derby coaches aren't contesting that a little bit more.
Jace High continues to ride on mat number 2. He leads it 2-0.
Minutes, 15 seconds left in the third period here. He's just got to hang on. Hopefully he can pick up a couple more near fall points here. But
I say get some breathing room.
Yep.
In baseball, they'd say you need an insurance run here.
Yep.
You could sure use a point or 2 here to give him a little breathing room.
Thing is, Augusta though, I mean,
he's laying flat.
Yeah.
He's passive right now. He's not looking to score. He's at anything. He's looking to get out of bounds so he can have a fresh restart and hope that something falls in his direction.
I'll tell you what, guys, you look at the brackets, lots of wrestlers with no record yet, 1-1 match record, 1-0 match record. This early season tournament, you kind of find out who's in condition coming into the season.
Yep. Find out where your gas tank really is.
Augusta's just
Augusta's
not getting his
done.
hands
Head's
right.
on the mat. He's not even fighting for hand control at this point.
Impressive by Douglas to win the conditioning battle. Douglas missed their first 2 weeks of practice with a COVID-19 pause, so they've only practiced for a week and a half coming into this tournament.
Say Derby work.
And over here on mat number 3, or mat 1, make it, we're going to have a winner. And that'll do it. It looks like Miles Wash of Derby wins it. So another Derby wrestler into the final. Wash into the 182-pound final for Derby.
Another great mullet coming up on mat 1 from the Douglas guy.
Is that Wade Morgan?
It is Wade Morgan coming out for Douglas at 195 to take on Logan Buchanan of Newton. It'll be the first match of the day for Buchanan, incidentally. He got a bye all the way into the semifinals.
Yeah, there's a couple Newton wrestlers that received that.
Jace High wins it for Douglas at 182.
That was a 2-0 match there.
So Douglas gets a second wrestler into the final. Jace High will wrestle Miles Wash of Derby. We move on now to the 220-pounders. Joe Martin of Douglas will take on Easton Rector of Pratt.
Third mullet, second one for Douglas. Gotta love it.
This is one of Douglas's better wrestlers here as well, Jay, correct?
He is 6-1 on the season. The junior Joe Martin. He was one of the best offensive linemen in the Central Plains League, 5 pounds.
I feel like we're going to end that wrestler's head that he's going against. I mean, that kid does not want to be there. Now we got to get Joe off of his knees here so we can get some action going. He's got to get off his knees so he can get behind.
It also might help Joe to get a little grease off that mullet to help slide behind. Right there it is.
Is in the championship final.
One big toss too much to ask for. Like, come on. Bull rush.
Looks like the Newton kids scored an escape there, which has been the case for Wade. But Wade almost secured a takedown. He had double underhooks. We were hoping for a bear hug or something. Now we got Joe on mat 2 here, trying to create some action for a big guy. His knees are active.
Up onto his feet if he's got that quad pod.
Yeah, I feel like Joe is definitely the superior wrestler here. We just got to get him confident and moving.
Martin takes a 3-1 lead after the escape as he works away from Rector for Pratt at 220 pounds. We're about set to go, and they're cleaning up a little blood over on Matt.
The Eisenhower boy, I remember seeing him at some youth tournaments. He's a pretty salty little wrestler.
The heavyweight's a little guy?
Yeah. So we got Joe. Joe is winning 3-1 with 40 seconds left in the second, but both wrestlers look like they're getting a little winded here. And it's a good shot, but Joe's got some heavy hips.
Feed him them hips.
Long-legged, too.
Elbow.
Turn that into 2 for himself.
Greenback building up. Good
Final.
pace.
Meanwhile, on mat number 1, Wade Morgan trails 1-0, tries to get a shot in the final 3 seconds of the get it in there, and they'll go to the third period with Wade Morgan trailing 1-0. Buchanan of Newton in the over here, so he'll be in a position to escape or reverse to try to tie or take the.
A takedown there at the end of the second period, and he almost secured a couple near fall, but didn't have his hips in the right position. Hopefully, this whole last third period ball, if he gets the front, that's a pin. That's gonna be a pin here in a second.
Tight.
So Joe Martin in control of Easton Rector.
Yep.
Ref must have a bad reflection off his visor.
Now,
If you guys were reffing, would you rather have a visor or a mask?
I'd rather have a visor. I can't stand the masks. It's not my deal. But over on mat 1, we got Wade Morgan. He's still down 1-0. He's got 1 minute left, 58 seconds, and he's working on getting at least 1, maybe 2 here.
Derby on mat 2 against Drake Van Soyak of Pratt. That's on mat 2, 195 pounds. The final
on 3. We got a body. Oh, come on.
at 195 pounds. Blaze Wood of Derby and Logan Buchanan of Newton into the final.
Action there. They got was it a throw or was it a double leg?
It was a
throw.
throw.
A throw,
Yeah,
and
they
then we
had a
got
body
back up
lock.
onto their feet.
Yep. They're getting right back into it. Who's going to get it on lower level?
Little inside control there. Right? Well, they could have probably afford. We got a kid's name here.
It'll be Landon Bauman at 126 against Trey Williams of Eisenhower at 126 in the consolation third round. And
that was good mat awareness by the Bowen kid from Douglas. He was hitting the double leg, a blast double in there, and he was picking him up. And as he lifted him up, he was coming to the edge of the mat, and he made a quick turn, 180-degree turn, and brought him back in bounds for the 2. Defensive guy. So it's now tied 2-2 on mat 1. 2 takedown for Bowen from Douglas, and then a penalty point for clasped hands, and then an escape. So it's 2-2 going into the second period, and it is Goddard Eisenhower's decision.
Eisenhower and Rio Gomez of Newton. Winner of that one will get Drake Van Soyak of Pratt in the 285 championship.
The Bowen kid, the Goddard Eisenhower kid, selected to go down. So let's see what Bowen can do on top here. Rather you give up one, not two. The ref does award a neutral point there, and then it gives him a takedown. So it's going to be 5-2. Goddard Eisenhower over Bowen.
Slip your head out. Oh,
Iffy, I think. So Bowen's got some work to do here. We got 24 left in the second period. He's down 7-2.
Still waiting on some blood to be taken care of over on mat 3 in our final championship semifinal match.
Are they wrapping it? Jeez.
That's his chin. It's not even his nose or anything. It's his chin over there on mat 3. The Goddard Eisenhower kid, his chin got cut up. That's going to make for a long tournament.
God, he's going to have to retape that every single match.
Oh, yeah.
With all the eyes, for kind of the spot in the tournament was a little hard to follow who is where.
Looks like Goddard Eisenhower is going to get another 3 count there. So it's going to be 10-2 with 30
Douglas
seconds
had to keep
left.
that arm right there, and he could have wrenched real good and put it. But
On our mat in the middle here, mat number 2, the upper right of your screen, this is Perez of Bueller and Engelbrecht of Augusta. Consolation third round at 145. Right now it's 1-0 in the second period in favor of Perez of Bueller.
Looks like on mat 1, Bowen had got his shoulder cranked on a little bit there, and he's having a little trouble with it. He's going to walk over to Dusty for a little injury timeout.
do they get one injury timeout before they lose choice, or is it automatic you lose choice? I think you might get one.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. They changed that rule a little bit in the last couple of years, so
Yeah, so
I'm not sure what the high school rule is.
I think in high school you get one. In college is instant choice.
Gotcha.
I believe. Must be since, yep.
Oh, he's
Still
injured.
24 seconds left.
He's injury
Oh,
Going to
defaulting out.
default out.
Wow, something bad must have really happened.
Well, also early season, if you tweak your shoulder, legal to have your straps out of your headgear like that. Douglas.
Finishing up.
Lie, that tape job on the Eisenhower heavyweight does not look
Comfortable.
No.
It's not affecting him though. Look, he's got the spirit of a champion. It doesn't seem like that cut on his chin or whatever he's got going on is bothering him at all. He's still going hard, still keeping pressure with his face.
Gonna have another Douglas wrestler over on mat number 1.
This is Parker.
Nick
excuse me.
Parker of Douglas, and he will take on Jacob Brown, the number 1 seed on the backside of the consolation third round at 145 pounds.
good. Mat returned by Bueller on that too. Yeah, it's about time Newton just builds up that body lock.
On
Either
mat number 3 in the lower left of your screen, still in the 285-pound championship semifinals. Yuza of Goddard Eisenhower with a 6-3 lead over Rio Gomez of Newton. 44 seconds still in the second period.
That might seem like it's doable, but 6-3 lead for a big guy match can sometimes be a pretty big number to score. He's going to have to get active real quick to potentially tie or win this match. He's going to need something big.
If Newton gets a takedown here, that.
See if you can get him popped up, though. Eisenhower's using good head position. He's got his head. See if you can get him popped up, though. Eisenhower's using good head position. He's got his head tucked in on his shoulder, not letting him get bucked. A bear hug there.
After this match is over, we'll get a check of the team scores.
Yep, and his tape job fell. That stinks.
Yeah.
And now we got a pin. So over on mat number 1, Nick Parker of Douglas loses at 145 pounds to Jacob Brown of Andover Central. So his Parker's day is over.
Looks like he tweaked his ankle in some way.
Jacob Brown for Andover Central into the consolation semifinals.
Landed on his head a little bit there. I think the official could have potentially called.
Yeah, you gotta say he didn't give him any way to.
Back on the mat. Yeah, he landed directly on his head, and the wrestler's head hit the mat before any part of the throwing wrestler hit the mat.
Justin Martin on the next available mat. So over on mat one, we're into the 152-pound. Dowd of Goddard Eisenhower and Lee of Augusta.
Guess Eisenhower slipped some legs in real smooth there.
Power half.
Ooh.
Slipped the leg
Got
out.
that elbow jacked way up.
And
Yeah.
I beg your pardon,
That's
that's
gonna be
Lyndon Lee of Wichita Southeast,
Let
not
it
Augusta.
go. It up.
Yeah.
That's a good adjustment by, what is that, Wichita Southeast?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good adjustment by, what is that, Wichita Southeast?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's not scooping that head at all. Say it's a takedown to win, but you got to be careful. It's a 1-1 match. I want to just dive in there.
You're talking about Matt 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got 10 seconds left. It's a match.
Get our first overtime of the day.
Yep.
Extra wrestling in on the day.
And that's at 145 overtime. The consolation third round at 145.
Whoever gets the takedown wins it right here, boys.
It's in the upper right of your screen.
There's the first overtime, and it was I think he was more feinting to try to create action there than actually taking a shot.
I think he was going more for the reaction. Ooh, good.
Oh!
Whoever's hips up,
Still-
Right to his
nice
back.
little hip toss, and he is even though he's
flat.
secured the win here, the ref gives him the opportunity to get points. Correct.
So Perez of Bueller wins it in overtime. First overtime match of the day, and that was a heck of a
First
fight.
toss of the day also. That was awesome.
So Perez of Bueller wins it at 145 in the consolation third round to move into the consolation semis.
The Augusta
Another Douglas wrestler on mat number 2, Justin Martin at 152 in the consolation round. He will get Spencer Steinmetz of Newton.
and we
Refs
are
just
still
stopped
working.
the match for having too tight of a half.
Over on mat
Still.
3, we are still in the second period of the championship semifinals of the 285 pounders. He's getting the blood cleaned up. Looks like he's got his face retaped.
Derek Hughes of Goddard Eisenhower leads 6-3, but he's the one dealing with the blood trouble. And you got to imagine he's getting down toward the end of his blood time.
Eisenhower had too tight of a half, so now he just put in an arm bar and stuck him.
So that's over on mat number 1. Dowd of Eisenhower into the consolation semis, beating Lee of Southeast.
I think the challenge for the blood time, you got 5 minutes to stop the bleeding and be able to wrestle, but I think you've got plenty of time to get it cleaned up.
Yep. As blood's not dripping, then
The
time
ref
stops.
will start blood time when he notices the blood. Once the bleeding has been stopped, he stops blood time, and then the cleanup is still, if it's how it goes. So
Against Steinmetz of Newton.
gave up a quick takedown there. Well, not necessarily a quick takedown, but gave up a takedown there. So he's losing 2-0
After one.
after one. We're going into the second period, and it's going to be Douglas's decision.
Say Mullet Man's back on mat 1.
Douglas defers. Newton chooses both up. Neutral.
So they wrestle out the final 4 seconds of no consequence on mat 3. So the third period of our period, Yuza of Eisenhower leads it 6-3.
Say Newton dominating on mat 1. He's been pretty good.
It's kind of tough to go 0-2 barbecue when you got that sick of a mullet.
especially perfect.
Perms it.
Oh yeah, I think so. Do you think he uses that shampoo to keep the girls?
Over on mat 2, we still got our Douglas kid wrestling. He's down 2-0. We got 1:17 left in the second. He's got to get going. He's got to get attacking. It looked like the Newton kid's still the more aggressive wrestler that's pulling the collar tie.
That's Steinmetz of Newton for against Justin Martin for Douglas on mat number 2 in the upper right of your screen. Lower left, we're still in the 285 semi. 1:10 left in the third period. Yuza of Goddard Eisenhower with the 6-3 lead on the bottom.
Yeah, I think
in a position of
that
power
ref needs
control.
to get some stalling.
He's gonna, he's gonna lay there,
Yeah.
and he's gonna do everything in his
yeah.
power to not have to exert any energy for the rest of this match.
He's making it look like he's working.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's smart wrestling, but I mean, I just want to see some action here.
Gomez of Newton on the top, trying to get some near fall points down to the final third.
Going for a body lock here.
Yeah, you're gonna see Newton go for something big here on mat 3. He's got 30 seconds to do something big. He's trying to work that Russian, but he's been working it all match, and it hadn't been effective yet.
I mean, Eisenhower just posts on that head, and you're never going to get close enough. Here he goes, digging
He's
that
going for that bear hug. He's either going to
jack it up.
Is he going to get it? He's got it tight.
Eisenhower's got to push away. I mean,
There's the stalling it, but he's only got 10
It
seconds.
don't matter.
7-3. He's got on the whistle. He's got to shoot or something.
Yeah, he's got a bull rush. Go.
He's trying to pick him up. He can't do it.
Nope.
That's going to do it. Yuza of Eisenhower will survive and move on to the finals. So our championship round is set. Yuza of Eisenhower is into the 285-pound championship round to take on Van Soyak of Pratt.
Very smart third period there for the Eisenhower heavyweight.
We got Martin gave up another takedown in the second to put it 4-0, and then he gave up 3 near fall right before the end of the period. So it's 7-0 Newton, and he just gave up another 2 for either a reversal or a takedown. But he's losing 9-0 with 1:33 left. He's got to get to.
You're on the first available match.
So final minute on mat number 2 in the upper right of your screen. Steinmetz of Newton and Martin of Douglas. Steinmetz pins Justin Martin of Newton.
Man, even with a cut on your chin, that's just going to be falling off during the championship. That's a lot, too, I feel like. There's not a good way to bandage that. He's going to get one of those big band-aids on his chin.
Will be weight class 182, Harper of Newton and Manuel of Southeast. You're going to be first available match.
Say the black and white singlet ones. That's Andover, right?
Andover Central.
Andover Central. Okay.
Andover Central and Newton there. Yep.
Newton and Andover Central. This will be on mat number 2 at 170 pounds. Joy of Andover Central. Aguilar of Newton.
Almost went, trip straight to his back, just about.
And over here on mat number 1 in the upper left of your screen, it is Nieves of Augusta and Adams of Andover Central.
For the pin.
Now on mat 3, we got Harper of Newton and Manuel of
Oh, they had the time wrong.
3. That is weight class
5 seconds over, and the ref called the pin.
And on the
So they're going to have to take that pin off the board over on mat number 3 because the scorer had the wrong time on the clock. They started with 2 minutes instead of 1 in a consolation round.
That ref's been kind of struggling a little bit with his.
I'm telling you, I think we discussed that prior to.
And that's at 170 pounds. Castaneda of Heights and Sally of Wichita Southeast.
On mat 2, we got no score through the second period.
First available mat will be weight class 182. Harper of Newton, Manville of Southeast. You're actually first available mat.
We'll take a look at the team scores after the championship semifinals are complete. First place Derby, 142. After the championship semifinals are complete, first place Derby, 142 points. Newton third with 3. Bueller sixth. Bueller's in sixth with 53. Goddard Eisenhower 5 points. Andover Central has 10 points in 8th place. And Wichita Heights and Wichita Southeast without points thus far, so they are tied. Andover Central has 10 points in 8th place. And Wichita Heights and Wichita Southeast without points thus far, so they are tied with 0 points.
I'd say Derby had a really good semifinals round with a lot of bonus points. They were looking good.
So after this round, I believe there will be another break to sanitize mats. We're wrestling in the 182 and 170-pound weight classes at the moment.
Heights getting some more back points on 3. That's a stick right
Yeah, it's
there.
a pin right there.
Castaneda for Heights beats Sally of Southeast on mat number 3.
I think that was only a matter of time for sure.
So coming up over on mat number 3, it'll be 182 pounds. Our new PA announcer is really loud.
Yeah, he wants to make sure you can hear him over the crowd.
Maybe I'll just stop. Let him do it.
Is Christensen of Augusta and Buckley of Southeast, weight class 285. You're on mat number
I can't
1.
believe anybody can even hear him with how much noise.
So we're
is in
just
the
about
gym.
finished. So we've got 2 matches left, 1 in progress and then 2 new ones.
All the matches that are on right now, we will be taking our lunch break and resuming wrestling around 1 o'clock.
So we'll have about a 45-minute break or so.
He's got to finish it, though.
Wrestling at 1.
And then finish.
Wrestlers, you need to make sure that you're off the mat so we can properly disinfect after this round. So please
Gotta
make sure
kick, gotta
wrestlers
kick.
stay off the mat until at least 1:35.
I'm not sure why he would rub me there. I would have just
Ooh,
sit down.
So
he's
over-
got to stop that.
Over on mat 3 in the lower left, Harper of Newton, Manuel of Wichita Southeast. That is at
Yeah, if you're wearing one of those Sally shoulder protectors, I mean, you got to be digging underhooks going for a big toss. Just hit it. Yep, 1 underhook.
Yeah, it's never a good day when you have to walk onto the mat wearing one of those shoulder harnesses. That means you're hurting unit and you're doing everything you can to stay on the mat and compete.
All wrestlers in the championship finals. You can beat Mr. Bernard.
Jack him up. Jack him up. Title.
Potential bear hug, lateral
Somebody's
drop
going.
situation happening over on
Somebody's
mat
going.
1 with the big guys. It's
There
tight.
goes.
It's
There
tight.
goes.
And there's a
Yeah.
lateral drop for 5. Nope, you only got 2.
No, he's going to get him. He's bringing him back. Boom. Shoulder brace going for tosses. Gotta love it.
He's working a crossbody
Short time,
ride as a
though,
big
short
guy.
time,
He's
short
going to
time.
scoop and he's getting 5 for sure. Yep, he got the 3 new
All right,
fall
let's
there.
go neutral and do it again.
That'll be our feature match here, this last wave before the lunch break. After these 3 matches wrap up, we'll break until about 1 o'clock, and then we'll come back with the consolation semifinals, the consolation finals, and then the championship round.
We're breaking until 1?
Yep.
50 minutes? Jeez.
Lunch break.
Looks like we got a good match over on mat 3. We had a takedown and then a reversal in the first period, and then we had another reversal. Oh, we got
And there's a
there.
pin.
Nope.
That ref wants to eat too, I guess.
That was at 182. It was Harper of Newton and Manuel of Southeast. And it is Harper of Newton the winner. So he is into the consolation semifinals where he'll take on Cook of Pratt.
Did you see who had choice on mat 1?
I did not.
I didn't
Missed it.
either, but I'm not sure.
The
why
Augusta
Southeast
wrestler with
would
the
go
pin, though.
down.
Christians of Augusta pins Buckley of Southeast at 285. So we have just one match, the match on mat
Wonder
number
who had
2 in the
choice
upper right
there.
of your screen.
I would have thought Southeast
Yeah,
would have went
on
neutral.
mat 1 there, the guy
Yeah.
that threw the lateral drop and had the 5-point move there ended up losing the match via pin. So the Augusta kid kept his head about him and came out with the
He must
W.
have tweaked his knee or something on that toss. He's got
He
a bit of a
did.
gimp.
Yeah, well, he does have his knee wrapped as well. So he's got a shoulder problem, knee problem. Man, he's just beat up this year. But is he Wichita Southeast? Yeah. So on mat 2 here, we got a 2-0 match going into a minute left in the third period. And the winning wrestler is on top right now. So
And this is at 170 pounds. Joy of Andover Central and Aguilar of Newton.
the bottom guy, he's trying to create movement, sort of. He's getting his knee up.
Yeah, he's pretty
But
tired
now
though.
his head's back on the mat. He's losing the battle for hand control, it looks like. You can't see really, but
And it's Joy of Andover left.
in between your opponent's legs, you got to have that cleared. Little knee slide up to try to create some movement. Nope, he got movement. Nope, he had his leg
He's got a
trapped
roll
still.
locked. He's got a roll locked up. If he
Down
just
to-
hits it.
Down to 15 seconds.
Nope.
He might be able to pull something out here, but he's got to do it right now.
Joy of Andover Central,
Yeah,
a 2-0
he's
lead,
done.
5
Tired.
seconds, and that'll do it.
Yep.
So he'll move on to wrestle Windsor of Pratt in the 170-pound consolation semis, and that will do it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back at 1 o'clock with the consolation semifinals here at the 68th Annual Douglas Goodwill Invitational.
Check, 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 check. Testing 1, 2. Getting the feed. Hello, hello, hello. Does it sound okay?
Yep.
Good deal.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2. Testing. Okay.
Well, we welcome you back to Douglas as we get set to start the afternoon session. We are ready for the consolation semifinals. So just 3 matches in each bracket before the championship finals remain. And as we get you set, let's take a look at the team scores once again before we begin the consolation semifinal round. Derby in command. They have the most wrestlers into the finals. First place Derby, 142 total points. Pratt is in second with 133. Newton in third at 112. Augusta, 88 points, is in fourth. The host today, Douglas, 73 points, is in fifth. Goddard Eisenhower, sixth with 57 points. Bueller is in seventh with 54. Andover Central, well back of that at 16 points in eighth place. And Wichita Heights and Wichita Southeast with less than a full roster here today with 4 points apiece. And guys, seen some pretty good action yet. We've seen one overtime match, and it's been pretty clear the best action we've seen of the day are with the heavier weights.
Yeah, and a little surprising too. They definitely are more active on their feet. There's a lot more takedowns, a lot more shots on the legs by the big guys, as well as we're seeing a lot more dynamic things on when we're on top bottom. Seeing some more than just a half or a chicken wing get thrown. We're seeing bigger guys throwing crossbody rides in and things like that. So that's been new to me.
So we will have it for you as we go. Again, as you take a look at the screen, the upper left screen will be mat 1. The upper right screen is mat 2, and the lower left screen is mat 3. And we'll maintain this setup through the remainder of the consolation round. After the consolation semis and finals are complete, we'll break again, and we'll get sent for the championship round. Also, a very special ceremony will occur before the championship finals, and we will have the induction of the member of the Douglas Activities Hall of Fame class. The 1960 Douglas State champion team will be inducted, and there will be some members of that team joining us here today.
Wow.
And then Richard Frakes, one of the greatest athletes in the history of Douglas, will be inducted into the Hall of Fame today as well.
Yep, he was one of my coaches, and he would always pull me to the side and talk to me in private. And some of those little tidbits of information he gave to me when he was just talking to me one-on-one was really what helped me develop as a wrestler. He helped create my mentality for sure. A little surprised that Derby is leading by so many points. I feel like they had more buys in the first round, but they did have more kids make it into the finals. But Pratt, Newton, and Augusta all had way more matches in the preliminary rounds. So
I think the big thing helping Derby too is that a lot of their kids are all scoring bonus points. They're pushing for majors, they're pushing pins.
Yep.
All right, so we're about set to go on mat number 1 in the upper left of your screen, and 106-pound consolation semis, Jackson Newcomb of Andover Central and Quentin Gillian of Goddard Eisenhower. Mat number 2 on the upper right of your screen, Maddox Riffey of Pratt and Logan Province of Derby. And on mat number 3 in the upper left of your screen at 113 pounds, it'll be Ethan Albright of Derby and Gabe Rosenstill of Goddard Eisenhower. So the young ones, the smaller fellas out here ready to go, and we start in the upper left on mat 1 with Newcomb and Gillian.
Yep. Quick to score points, quick to have lots of action here.
Again, in these consolation matches, 1 minute in the first period, 2 minutes in the second and third periods.
Say Andover's got to be a little careful here not to be laying flat on his own back.
Yep.
We're underway on mat number 2, Maddox Riffey of Pratt and Logan Province of Derby. Mat 2 in the upper right of your screen.
Yes, they switch it to a power half.
Unfortunately, there's some coaches standing in front of our action here on mat 1. There we go. Looks like the Andover Central kid's working a crossbody ride, and he's going to scoop and slide away, trying to get that
his
exposure.
Left leg out,
yep.
So he can get those back.
So
he can get those hips flipped.
Yep.
Had to get our muscle in there to clear the camera.
Yeah.
Got another quick score on mat 2. Looks like the Derby kid secured a takedown.
And Derby's going for a flip here on 3.
Yeah, but he's going to get a fall there on mat 3. Looks like he's locked up a cradle pretty tight.
Yeah, Ethan Albright about to lock up a victory over on mat number 1 with Gabe Rosenstill of Goddard Eisenhower. He's got him pretty well locked up.
That is a pin.
And it's over.
That is a pin all day, man. Yeah, I'm surprised the ref took that long to call that fall. Yeah.
And we got Ethan Albright of Derby into the next round.
These are the con semis, right?
Yes, winner of this goes for third and fourth here. Yep. Now, like you were saying, Tim, the Andover Central guy on mat 1, he's rocking that crossbody ride, but he is sitting way high. But he does have that power half in deep now. Yeah, he's got that deep, and that kid's arm is not in a good spot.
Oh, he's flat.
Yeah,
He's
he's
wants
got
it.
his own arm
Ooh,
pinned
God,
behind
that
his
looks
neck.
tight.
I'd be looking
Oh.
out for that potentially dangerous on that
I
kid's
mean,
shoulder.
yeah.
Pin him. Jeez.
So 3 pins across the board. So that was the Andover Central wrestler Jackson Newcomb winning on mat number 1.
Lynn of Augusta, mat number 2.
Here comes the Lynn kid from Augusta, who lost a close match in the semis.
Another Derby kid in quick.
Lots of quick action on mat 2 here. Lots of heavy hands. Both these guys are really aggressive.
Good
Lots
kick
of
out by Eisenhower on mat 3.
Lots of level changes on mat 2, which I like.
Ooh, that's a nice double into a
double
half.
leg into a half.
Perfect.
I wish my wrestlers could see that right now.
That is on mat number 2. Vincent Epps of Southeast on his back against Lynn of Augusta, nearing a fall in that one.
He's got 20 seconds to
Just say
fight,
he's gotta keep
but that's going to be a long fight. He's got it deep. He's at least getting 5 off of that.
I say Lynn's got to grab that far arm and extend it.
And he's got it. So Andy Lynn into the consolation finals. He'll wrestle Ethan Albright of Derby at 113.
Newton's got to chuck his head in that hole and run the corner.
On mat 1, we got a Newton versus Bueller show off.
Yeah,
Showdown happening here.
Drew Lugafett of Bueller and Michael Southern of Newton on mat 1.
No points
Wow.
yet. No points yet. That's getting
two.
ready to be
That's
2, if not
that's
more.
That's 2 in backs. What's
Yep.
the ref doing?
Yep. There we go. He's
There we
getting the
go.
back. He's getting the back. That's a 5-pointer right there for him.
So the Newton wrestler,
Short time.
Michael
Can he get the
Southern,
stick?
as the final first period nears a conclusion, and that'll do it for the first. And so it'll be Michael Southern of Newton, a 5-0 lead after the first period. Here on mat number 2, on your upper right, Trey Williams of Goddard Eisenhower and Colin Jackson of Augusta at 126. And over here on mat number 3, left of your screen, Braden Blasey of Eisenhower and Cole Malloy of Derby, scoreless early in the second period.
Oh, great. Double leg into a lift down to his back. Didn't get any back points out on mat 2 there. Secured the takedown for a 2-0
on mat
lead.
3, Eisenhower's living dangerous, but he's going for a turn. I think Derby's in a better position here.
Yeah, Derby's got to come out the back. He's got to get his butt up and buck him up.
Yep.
He could also swim for the head, see if he can't sneak a half in.
I think Eisenhower has his arm locked.
Got a near fall on mat 2 here.
There it goes.
Jackson of Augusta in a good position.
There it goes.
Jackson of Augusta in a good
At least gonna be
position.
one.
And we have a pin on mat 2. Colin Jackson of Augusta beats Trey Williams of Eisenhower at 126.
Did he come out the back there,
Yep.
Tim?
Yep.
Yeah, he was riding dangerous for sure. You can't sit that high with legs in. You got to know you need to stay behind the elbows or get to where you're behind the elbows when you got the legs in deep and you start sitting towards the head.
He's got a nice cross-face cradle that he's working on turning.
Got a near fall
And
over
there
on
it
mat 1
goes.
as well. Lugafett of Bueller in control of Michael
gotta get
Southern
that.
of Newton.
He's got to get his bottom knee in the side there and get that right leg hooked with his left.
You're about mat 3.
Yep.
Lazy of Eisenhower and Loy of Derby. 3 near falls over on mat number 1.
What's going
There
on
it is.
mat 1 there, Jay? Why'd the wrestler run off the mat? Is he have blood time going
I
on?
believe we do have blood over there.
They got the pin over there on mat 3, Tim.
Beautiful cross-face cradle, brought it over.
The Derby wrestler wins that one. So Cole Malloy of Derby into the consolation semis or the consolation finals at 120.
Say Derby just keeps on their dominance with 3 pins in this round.
Yeah, that's 6 points each. So there's another 18 points to pad their lead a little bit there.
I believe in consolations, though, they diminish them some.
Not sure.
I believe in consolations.
They're 18 points to pad their lead a little bit there.
I believe in consolations, though, they diminish them some.
Not sure.
I believe in consolations. Tournament scoring, I believe you get 2 extra points for a pin.
So we have a delay on mat 1 for blood between Lugafett of Bueller and Southern of Newton. On mat number 2 on the upper left of your screen, Chance Holmgren of Goddard Eisenhower and Zane Hennessy of Augusta. Late in the first period of that one, no score. And over on mat 3, just underway in the 132-pound consolation semis, Jackson Roeder of Bueller and Clayton Kaufman of Newton.
Bueller's rocking those camo knee pads, trying to keep his legs invisible.
Hey, it's hard to shoot at something you can't see.
Right? That's just great. That's great awareness by him.
Bold strategy, Tim. We'll see it pays off for him in the later rounds.
Lots of action over there on mat 3, though. That's a shot, reshot. They're trying to get some points scored here. You got 13 seconds left in the first. No points scored by either guy yet.
Mats number 2 and 3 are the 132-pound consolation semifinals. Mat number 1 is still 126. Lugafet of Bueller and Southern of Newton had some blood issues. There are 57 seconds left in the second period of that one. They're tied at 5.
Say Eisenhower was looking for a banana split here on mat 2, and now he's switching it to a guillotine, but he's getting a little high and loose.
Got some good matches going on right now. Everything's tied up right now.
Here goes banana split again. Will he get it? He's got to get that arm really and get a monkey tail tilt in there too. Good tilt by Newton on mat 3.
Yep, there's some points finally getting scored in that match over there. He's got at least
he's got to watch his back. He's got to watch his own back. There we go. Nice roll through for 3.
Down to the final 17 seconds over here on mat number 1. Still a 5-all tie at the 126-pound weight class between Drew Lugafet of Bueller and Michael Southern of Newton.
They'll have 2 more minutes to wrestle after this, Jay. We got finally got some points scored over on mat 3. It's a 2-0 score, but it's looking like it's going to be 5-0 after this.
And it's been.
He got on the pin. So Clayton Kaufman of Newton into the consolation finals with a win over Jackson Roeder of Bueller.
Still tied on mat 1. We're still tied 5-5, and we're going neutral, both up. So let's see if we get some points scored here. This is going to be good.
So we have 3 different weight classes working right now. On mat 1, 126, Lugafet of Bueller and Southern of Newton. On mat number 2, Holmgren of Goddard Eisenhower and Hennessy of Augusta at 132. And on mat number 3, we're getting set to start at the 138-pound consolation semis between Roman Caldwell of Augusta and Taylor Matthews of Eisenhower.
Eisenhower just running a tough ride here on mat 2. He's been dominating it.
He almost got a stack there. He almost got a couple near fall, but just couldn't hold him long enough to get the 2 swipes.
And so they'll go to the third period scoreless. On mat number 2, Chance Holmgren of Eisenhower and Zane Hennessy of Augusta. Over on mat number 3, we have a leader. Or mat number 1, I beg your pardon, Lugafet of Bueller and Southern of Newton. Upper left of your screen, it is Bueller's Lugafet with a 7-5 lead down to the final of that match.
I do believe he was the one that chose neutral as well going into the third period, tied 5-5. So
knew what he was doing.
Obviously a good decision.
Yeah. So you got to like the confidence in them.
Yep, he's scoring 5 points there. He made it 10-5. Points haven't been rewarded yet, but now they will be.
10-5, and he goes out of bounds to save it too.
So Lugafet will have a 5-point lead with 49 seconds left. That's over on mat 1 in the upper left. Mat number 2 in the center of your screen is Holmgren of Goddard Eisenhower and Hennessy of Augusta at 132. Down to final 10 seconds of period 1 on mat 3 in the lower left. Caldwell of Augusta, Matthews of Eisenhower, scoreless. We have our first points of the match on mat 2. Holmgren of Eisenhower takes a 2-0 lead over Hennessy of Augusta.
Yeah, I think he either got a reversal or he got some near fall there. But that was
I'm thinking reversal.
Yep.
I believe he started down.
Okay.
Especially after that tough ride on the second. Augusta, that takes a lot of energy out of Augusta.
Well, he is controlling the arms right now. He's just got to keep doing what he's doing there. He's to the side. He's got a leg trapped. He's looking for a butcher there.
He's been mauling him. It's just a matter of time, I feel like, until he gets the flip.
So we're about wrapped up on mat number 1, final 5 seconds, and it will be Drew Lugafet of Bueller into the 126 consolation final. Take on Colin Jackson of Augusta.
You got a stalling call.
You got to get moving, bud.
Yeah, active. I think he's
I don't think it's
here.
anything on him. I think it's just Eisenhower's been grinding him. Yeah.
Good pressure, good hand control.
That's on.
Very clean ride by Eisenhower.
So mat number 3, scoreless after the first period between Caldwell of Augusta and Matthews of Eisenhower. Bottom position to open the second period. And we're finished on mat number 2. And it's a win for Holmgren. Over on mat number 1, we have Ray of Derby and John Ray of Derby, Avery Dutcher of Newton.
This is the young Thompson on 2, right?
Yes, this is Terrell Thompson, I do believe, on mat 2, going against kid from Bueller.
Kyrell Thompson
Excuse me.
against Martin Perez.
So you gotta get up on the knees.
I like that. I like seeing that, though. He was confident where he was at, and he's able to confidently stand back up without giving up position.
I mean, to be honest, if I was Bueller, I would have almost bull rushed him a little bit on those knees.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the recovery time, but I say he was a little slow getting back to his feet.
Over here on mat number 3, scoreless midway through the second period at 138 pounds, Caldwell of Augusta and Matthews of Eisenhower. About 30 seconds left in the second period of that one. So no scoring on any of the 3 mats at the moment. Both mat 2 and mat 1 right at the end of the first period. On mat 1, and Dutcher of Newton at 138. And on mat 2, Thompson of Pratt and Perez of Bueller at 145.
On mat 3, Augusta had the leg. He just couldn't get his knees back under him to improve.
And we got a little blood now on mat 2.
It's been happening a little bit today. It's quite a bit blood time.
I think it was that weather change.
Could be a little drier out.
Yeah.
Over here on mat number 1, Ray of Derby, Dutcher of Newton into the second period. Now it's 2-0 in favor of Newton's Avery Dutcher.
Got the takedown. He's working a hammer lock there. Looks like he's
just
threading the needle
threaded
there.
that needle. Oh,
Yep.
slipped out. He's got it locked.
Start of the third period over on mat 3 at 138. Caldwell of Augusta, Taylor of Eisenhower. No score in that one into the third period.
Eisenhower with a clean get up to his feet. Will he be able to stop his foot down?
Oh, look for the half there. He might have had some back points there, but
That would have been pretty fast.
yeah. Oh, look for the half there. He might have had some back points there, but
That would have been pretty fast.
yeah.
Augusta's Caldwell in control on that one. That's in the lower left of your screen. Again, as you look at it, the upper left is mat 1, the upper right is mat 2, and the lower left is mat 3. 2-1 score now over on mat number 2 as
Yes,
Dutcher
sir.
gets the takedown to go up 4-1.
He's
Thompson's
looking for back points too.
looking for a reversal on mat 2, but I think he's going to settle for 1.
Yep. Get one there. Get your points.
So Kyrell Thompson of Pratt leads Perez of Bueller 1-0 here on mat 2 in the upper right of your screen.
Say Eisenhower digging hard for that inside cradle. Will he be able to
Finally
flip him?
got our first score on mat 3. Eisenhower reversal there,
Matthews of Eisenhower.
and he's going to be going. I mean, he's got a minute left in the third period. He's just got to hang on.
He's got to get his head in the side and keep driving. His head's
And
out doing nothing right now.
Avery-
Get that in the side.
Avery Dutcher of Newton wins over on mat 1, pinning John Ray of Derby at 138. So we'll have a 145-pound mat 3. Near fall points appear to be coming. Going to be points for,
Yeah,
for
Eisenhower,
Eisenhower,
yeah.
Matthews. With 24 seconds left, that one's about wrapped up.
Yep. Yeah, he got it's
Yeah, say
5-0 there with
Augusta
19
has to
left.
go something.
Yeah, he might be hitting something here.
He's got to go straight back, grab the head, and try to defensive pin him. Right there.
Right there, yep.
Yep.
And he's not going to get it. 8 seconds left in that one. So Taylor Matthews of Eisenhower will win at 138 to move to the consolation finals with Avery Dutcher of Newton.
On mat 2, we got Kyrell Thompson with 22 seconds left in the second, leading by 1. It's still 1-0.
So mat number
Derby with the cow catcher on 1.
That's Luke Sweat of Derby getting Jacob Brown onto the mat. He's a 2-0 lead of Sweat of Derby. And they out of bounds or did he stick him? They called him out of bounds.
Yep.
So 5-0 lead for Luke Sweat of Derby with 30 seconds in the first period of these 1-minute periods in the opening first period of these consolation matches. Mat 2, Kyrell Thompson of Pratt and Martine Perez of Buhler is a 1-0 lead for Thompson of Pratt headed to the third period.
Do you know, Tim, did you see who chose down there?
I believe it would be Buhler.
Yep.
Yep,
So
because
he's-
Thompson chose down first.
Gotcha. The Thompson brothers definitely had good pressure on top all tournament long, so I'm interested to see if this Buhler kid's got what it takes to get out and score some points. He's definitely not controlling hands, and he's definitely got his head in the wrong spot, but he's working on basing up.
Into the first period on Mat 1, Luke Sweat of Derby, a 5-0 lead over Jacob Brown of Andover Central.
He chooses Sweat just chose bottom for his decision into the second.
Just underway over on Mat 3, Ben Duncan of Augusta and Noah Dowd of Eisenhower. Ben Duncan of Augusta, an early 2-0 lead.
Thompson's got to get to his feet here. Buehler's got to snap him and throw that. Nice reversal.
It's on Mat 2, and that gives Buehler's Martine Perez a 2-1 lead over Thompson with 1 minute left in the third period. We'll keep our eyes on Mat 2 in the upper right.
That was a big reversal there.
Yep, Buehler's slipping a leg in. Nice short leg ride.
He's sitting a little high, though.
Yep.
He's sitting risky there.
Thompson's got a hip down. He's got to let go of that leg, just get his base back up.
Yep. Try to buck him up, get him even higher.
Get his butt up in the air, reach for the head.
It's down to 33 seconds left, and now
He's
if he
going
can
for
get
the
turned over,
defensive
he's
pin.
got it. He gets the reversal, and Thompson
That's
takes a
big.
3-2 lead with
That's
26 seconds left.
Buehler's
That's
got
ball
to be
game
crawling.
there. That's ball game. He's going to get
Yep.
Got a pin over on Mat 1. Luke Sweat of Derby pins Jacob Brown of Andover Central.
Yeah. So Buehler's got short time here. He's got to hope for.
get on that leg a little bit. He had that leg trapped, I think. But
I mean, he was, but I mean, also on the Buehler side, though, you got to be attempting to get out where he was kind of content.
man,
So at 1:45, Kyrell Thompson leads Martine Perez of Buhler 3-2.
Say those Thompson boys, they keep the matches close, that's for sure.
Boy,
Fun-
Buehler's
fun to
Perez
watch.
nearly had the escape, couldn't get it, and Thompson holds on to win
That's
at
big.
1:45 to move on to the championship or the consolations finals.
oh, he
Wait,
just
they gave him a
he just
one?
rewarded one for something. I'm not sure what he did. I'm not sure what the official did, but he gave him a penalty
not-
point.
So we're
potentially.
tied
I'm
at
not
3.
sure.
Wow.
We're going into overtime here, bud.
Wow, I thought that was over. He
Yeah, I didn't
gave him-
see what he called.
he must have called him for
Maybe he was
stalling his
pushing-
pen.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. I'm not sure.
What do you?
I don't know what he called.
Yeah,
He had less than 10 seconds left in the,
I mean,
in the
yeah,
match.
he didn't hold up a clasp or anything, and he didn't hold up a stall. I'm
The
not
coaches aren't complaining, so I don't know.
Must have been clear. And then now Thompson dealing with some blood as well. So we continue on. So over on mat number 3, we are in the midst of the first semifinal at 1:52 between Ben Duncan of Augusta and Noah Dowd of Eisenhower. And it is Duncan of Augusta comfortably in front with a 7-0 lead. Over on mat number 1, Spencer Steinmetz of Newton and Cooper McCloy of Buhler. And after one period, it is a 2-0 lead for McCloy of Buhler.
Back here on mat 2, we got the beginning of 1 minute of overtime. Takedown wins it, and the Buhler kid's hungry. He pushed the envelope there at the end of that match, into the third period to push it into get some kind of a penalty point or something. But his activity was so violent, I think it just pushed the envelope that the ref had to reward him.
He tries for that takedown to win it.
Careful not to get extended here.
Thompson's got it, got a leg. If he gets around him, he'll have it.
Thompson's got to get that ankle.
It's a good way to turn and face. Oh, he's going to sag arm out of that. No.
Wow.
Sprawl crossface here. They're out of bounds. Let's restart.
19 seconds left in overtime.
That was a fun exchange.
Yeah, let's get another fresh start here. Let's see if somebody has something on the whistle here.
Quick ankle pick, get it done.
I knew it.
Went for it.
Let's see if he finishes.
He's got to suck it in.
15
He's got to keep
seconds.
them knees under him. Thompson working a nice cross. Oop, let it go.
Oh, no.
Thompson's trying to get him around.
That should
If he
be
can-
2.
And he got it.
Man.
Thompson wins it in overtime. What a match.
That was good.
So Pratt's Kyrell Thompson moves on to the finals at 1:45. So that wraps us up at 1:45. Now we'll get on mat 2, 160-pounders. Dakota Cook of Eisenhower, and Clayton Smith of Newton at 160. But our other two matches going on right now. On mat number 1, Spencer Steinmetz of Newton and Cooper McCloy of Buhler. These are 152-pound consolation semis. And over on mat number 3, Ben Duncan comfortably in front in the third period over Noah Dowd of Eisenhower. He's got a 7-0 lead with 1:30 remaining.
A lot of tight matches going on this round of matches, man. This is good. It's good
Newton
stuff.
going right for it on mat 2 with that trip. Will he get the crossface? Yep. But it doesn't matter.
A takedown and a let him up there on mat number 1. Or mat number 2 make that between Cook of Eisenhower and Smith of Newton.
Yeah, Newton went with some kind of I'm going to push you up high and then I'm going to trip you with my leg, but then that ended up getting him lateral drop for 2 for Goddard Eisenhower.
And we're about to have a pin over on mat 3. Ben Duncan of Augusta in a very strong position over Noah Dowd of Eisenhower. And even if he doesn't get the pin, he'll be up 10-0 on the near fall points over there on mat 3 in the lower left of your screen.
Say Newton with some good motion on mat 2 to escape here.
Was that a little Granby roll there or something? Yeah, Granby roll to his feet somehow. That was good stuff. Could have ended in 5, but he ended up getting 1 out of it.
We're about wrapped up on mat 3. Duncan of Augusta will win.
Buhler hit that suicide cradle, get him on his back.
Over on mat 1.
He just took him straight back, though.
Yep.
It's a lot cleaner, safer.
That's Cooper McCloy of Buhler on mat 1 in the upper left, controlling Spencer Steinmetz of Newton.
He's going to get 7.
It'll be 7-0 with a minute left in the third. So Dalton Hilliard of Douglas set to go on mat 3 in the consolation semis at 160.
See if he's a little bit more aggressive this round. I need to see more attacks out of him. See if he can get in on some legs.
Newton had to keep that leg.
Over on mat 3, we're about wrapped up. Cooper McCloy of Buhler out to close things out against Spencer Steinmetz of Newton. 36 seconds left. He's on top and in control, leading 7-0.
On mat 2, this is my issue with double boots, and I mean, you got to do something.
I mean, he's scissoring the spine there, and you don't have any torque whenever you got your legs crossed. He needs to be hooked in on legs, but he does have a pretty deep power half going on there, and he's getting some back points there.
Yep. To say if he wants to go for the pin, he's going to have to slip that.
Yep,
just like it did.
Nice little transition.
Yep, that's tight. That's tight.
Ball game.
So on mat 2, winner Eisenhower's Dakota Cook beats Clayton Smith of Newton.
And over on mat 3, Dalton Hilliard just in on a quick double leg, and he secures the takedown. He's working a hammer lock right now.
McCloy wins for Buhler rather, at 152. So Dalton Hilliard is on the mat right now. Douglas in the lower left of your screen against Dylan Adams of Andover Central. Charles Pearson of Douglas getting set to take the mat as well for Douglas at 170 pounds. That'll be on mat 2. Mat number 1 on the upper left of your screen, Jaden Joy of Andover Central and Bryce Windsor of Pratt.
Dalton Hilliard had a hammer lock, and then he flipped him to his back, and he transitioned into a headlock, and he got the pin. Yep.
So Dalton Hilliard gets some points on the backside for Douglas with the pin over Dylan Adams. He'll move on into the 160-pound consolation finals over Dakota Cook with Eisenhower.
That was a much different look from Dalton Hilliard on his feet. That double leg that he shot was very confident, very aggressive. He picked the rest of his opponent all the way up into the air and placed him back on the mat. It was good showing there.
Say his top game had a real nice ride on too to get that.
Middle mat in mat number 2 on the upper right of your screen, Charles Pearson of Douglas, a 2-0 lead over Leon Castaneda of Heights. 30 seconds left in the first.
Guillotine coming up. He's got to be careful not to go too far forward with that arm.
Yeah, the official talked him out of it. Wow. He was going to pull his shoulder out.
That is one of the better officials. He actually used to be the head coach of the kids campus or Hayesville kids program. I've known him for a long time. He's a good official.
Over on mat 1, about set to go with Jaden Joy of Andover Central and Bryce Windsor of Pratt. Mat 3, we're underway with Isaiah Cook of Pratt and Brody Harper of Newton.
Coming. Ooh, just out of time.
And into the first period on mat 2, Charles Pearson of Douglas, a 2-0 lead over Leon Castaneda of Heights.
I'd like to see a little bit more urgency of the Douglas wrestler to get a turn.
Yeah, he chose top there. I don't like that. I'd rather be on
Yeah.
bottom and score points, but he
But-
did dominate when he was
yeah.
from the top position just now. So hopefully he can get a couple back points out of this deal here.
He clears to be
there it is.
clearly stronger than Castaneda of Heights. Pearson played offensive and defensive line for the Bulldog football team this year, and 170 pounds.
He's got him by at least a head. He's
Yeah, he's got the
significantly
length
taller.
So, I mean, if you're gonna pick up, you better have a move in mind that you're gonna get some points on.
Yep.
Near fall points on mat 3. Pratt's Isaiah Cook controlling Brody Harper of Newton. It'll be 4-0 after one period on that one. Over on mat number 1, Bryce Windsor of Pratt, a 2-0 lead over Jaden Joy of Andover Central. That one now after one period. On mat 2, Pearson of Douglas riding on top of Castaneda. Got at least 2 near fall coming.
Scissor in the spine.
Now he's got 3 near fall. It'll be at least 5-0 Pearson.
He might be able to get the pin there, but that's pretty
I don't-
loose, and
yeah.
he's got a shoulder up there.
Yeah,
He's getting his 5, or he's getting his 3 count there.
gotta say that.
Now let's see how he transitions
Doug-
out of that. Oh, he did
Wow.
get the pin. It looked like Castaneda might have thrown in the towel there a little bit, but
Must have been a
could,
tough squeeze.
he could have had that scissor lock pretty tight.
So Charles Pearson of Douglas.
Pratt with another cow catcher on mat 3, looking for the pin on Newton.
So we'll move on now on mat number 2. Jacob Money of Augusta, Enoch Walton of Pratt at 195. Boy, we are humming right along here
Yeah,
in
these
this
are going
consolation semis.
Going quick.
I say the beginning, the battles were a little bit closer. Upper weights is kind of muscling everybody over.
So over on mat 1, it's a 9-0 advantage for Bryce Windsor of Pratt.
He's looking to seal the deal there. That's not a good spot to be in. He's at least going to get another 5 count for 3 points.
Minute 9 in the second period of that one.
He's got to sit through on that, and he's getting
Pratt-
the pin.
Say Pratt's looking to catch back up in the team running with these pins. Make it a little interesting with Derby.
Over on mat 3, Cook of Pratt, a 10-0 over Brody Harper of Newton midway through the second period.
That's a good fight by the Newton guy not to get pinned in that cow catcher. That looked pretty tight.
So Bryce Windsor of Pratt wins at 170 pounds over Jaden Joy by technical fall to move on to the 170-pound consolation finals with Charles Pearson of Douglas. We'll continue on at 190 pounds, or 195, I beg your pardon. It'll be Wade Morgan of Douglas and Zachary Berry of Heights. That's on mat number 1 in the upper left of your screen.
On mat 2 here, we got both these guys. They're beating
getting
on each other.
feisty.
Yeah, the officials bringing them together say, "Okay, boys, let's calm it down just a little bit." They were definitely getting heavy. Basically, he's saying, "Don't hit him in the face or the eye, the nose or eye area, but you can have heavy hands." They were clubbing the head, posting the shoulders. But once they started busting each other in the mouth a little bit, that's when he had to say, "Hey, let's back it down a little bit."
Say, what weight is that on mat 2?
1 on mat number. About that Jacob Money of Augusta, he's a tall drink of water too, man.
He
He's
seems
laying
pretty
long.
thick too. That's why I was kind of surprised that they're the same weight class.
Yep.
Say Augusta's got a pretty good size.
That Pratt boy's got some big old tree trunks for legs, though.
Yeah.
Over on mat 3,
Say
Isaiah
his
Cook.
arms aren't small either.
On mat 3, Isaiah Cook in control. Start of the third period. He leads 12-1 over Newton's Brody Harper. That's in the lower left of the screen. Closing stages of the first period on the upper left of your screen. Wade Morgan of Douglas scoreless
That's the
with
third-
Zachary Berry of Heights.
That's the third match for Wade that went scoreless through the entire first period.
He's not afraid of the close ones, that's
Nope.
for sure.
I think I said first quarter. I meant first period. I know that there are only 3 periods in wrestling. Thank you. I saw you getting ready to. You're winding up. Mat 2, 1-0 lead for Jacob Money of Augusta over Enoch Walton of Pratt early in the second period of that one. Morgan on bottom to open the second period on mat number 1 for Douglas, taking on Barry of Heights.
There's one.
And he'll get the escape, maybe.
Yeah,
Not
he had
quite.
the
He's not
Morgan
out of it
hit.
yet.
There
Now
it
he's
is.
got it, and Wade Morgan takes a 1-0 lead early in the second.
What's he doing there? Don't turn your back to your
Yeah.
opponent, man. Holy moly. He could have easily gotten shot on there. He could have shot himself. He could have scored some points there for us.
Douglas is 2-0 here in the consolation semifinals. Morgan trying to get it 3-0 for the Bulldogs. Douglas also has 3 into the championship finals later on this afternoon.
Say, I know I haven't watched the Douglas guys too much, but I mean, right now I feel like the Douglas guy, he could flip a switch and really put some points on the board this period.
Oh man, he had that kid's head close to his knee and ankle. He could have easily slipped in the knee or ankle pick there.
So I mean, he just got to pull the trigger, I feel like, and he would have had a takedown pretty
We
easy.
We got a pin over on Mat 3. Isaiah Cook of Pratt pins Brody Harper of Newton in the third period.
These boys on Mat 2 are still
They're going.
slugging each other. It's a slugfest, man. They're beating on each other. I like it. I like to see this physicality. You don't see that happen a lot in high school wrestling. You start seeing that kind of stuff in the college ranks where they're really clubbing the head, being real heavy with their hands and whatnot. So this is good stuff.
220-pound action now on Mat 3 in the lower left of your screen. It'll be Easton Rector of Pratt and Adam Orth of Heights at 220 pounds. Mat number 1 on left of your screen, Wade Morgan, Douglas, and Zach Berry of Heights. Morgan a 1-0 lead with 25 seconds left in the second.
He had his opponent's arm trapped up high. He could have easily snuck down and again got a knee pick or an ankle pick or something. He could have attacked there, but he chose to not. He's just a counter puncher.
Mat number 2, upper right of green, Jake Pratt's Walton on bottom,
There you go.
and Money trying to get something locked up in there.
There you go. Hit that go behind.
And end of 2 for Wade Morgan. He leads at 1-0 over Zachary Berry of Heights.
But he's got to get his chest on his back to make it tight.
Power half in deep. Now over on Mat 1, Wade, Heights kid chose bottom, so Wade's trying to control him, keep him on the mat. Let's see if he can keep him from scoring. Every time Wade's had a kid down, he's given up an escape. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do.
Say that's why I'd like to see Wade get more aggressive on his feet, taking more shot attempts, because a 3-0 lead looks a lot better than a 1-0.
I have a feeling it's going to get 1-1 here in a second.
Yep.
Is 1-1.
Boom.
So Berry of
Legs
Heights
open.
ties it at 1 apiece.
Yeah, Wade should have known that was coming. He could easily just drop down, change levels, and hit a shot there, and got it back to 3-1.
So I mean, the Heights kid, he's got to get some bend in him. He's got about a 7 in his stance.
Oh, that was kind of sloppy, but let's see if it works. Keep him
him
in
up.
bounds. There's 2. There's
Nice,
2.
foot's out.
Wade
Nice.
Morgan now leads at 3-1.
foot's out.
Oh no, he signaled.
Inches.
So it's 1-1 with 1:05 left in the third period for Wade Morgan of Douglas and Zachary Berry of Heights.
Man,
God, Wade just needs to pull the trigger. Just go. The legs are open.
Down to the final 40 seconds on Mat 2, and we're nearing a tie here. Money of Augusta holding on to Enoch Walton of Pratt. If Walton can get loose and tie it up, Money throws him back down and leans on him to try to run the clock.
yeah, he's got to have better pressure. The Money for Augusta needs to get his forehead in the back of his spine and really start driving on him.
Down to 40 seconds on Mat number 1, tied at 1 apiece. Morgan, he in this situation in his last match, got a takedown and a pin in the last 20 seconds of the match. Morgan. Down to 23 seconds in that one. On Mat number 2, Money is on beat Pratt or Enoch of Pratt.
Wade's got 15 seconds. Looks like we're going to be going into overtime unless someone does something big right now.
I mean, the Heights kid. I mean, he's a 7. His legs are wide open. I mean, he's got to get some bend, and Wade just needs to pull the trigger and go.
When Tim says that he's a 7, it means that his legs are completely extended. He's got straight legs, and his back is parallel to the floor, making the number 7.
So they've started overtime on Mat 1. Wade Morgan of Douglas, Zachary Berry of Heights. A takedown wins it.
If I was coaching this match, I would be screaming, "Get in your stance!" Both wrestlers are standing straight up. They're gassed. Someone needs to get down in your stance, change levels, hit a shot. You're going to end up scoring off of it.
Yeah, say Wade's doing a better job of keeping his head lower. It's just he's not pulling that trigger to
There's
go.
a knee pick again.
Underway on Mat 2, the second consolation semi at 220. Holt Williams of Augusta, Kate Cook of Eisenhower. But we're keeping an eye on Mat number 1 in the upper left of your screen. Wade Morgan of Douglas and Zachary Berry of Heights. 19 seconds left in overtime, tied at 1.
Got to get a takedown here. We got 15 seconds. Let's see something.
There it
Here
is.
we go.
Pick it up.
Here we go.
Both hands,
Drive
both hands.
in the
And
middle of the
Wade
mat.
Morgan wins it. He
And
gets
he's
a
going
take-
for the pin.
Yep. Let's see if he gets a pin here. Get some more team points. Got 5 seconds left. It's not going to secure the pin.
Mike. Nope.
So Douglas wins it with Wade Morgan. Douglas is 3-0 in the consolation semis. He takes down Zachary Berry, so it'll be an Augusta Douglas consolation final at 195. Wade Morgan and Jacob Money. So we get our first big fella matchup, our 285 consolation semis. Alex Hurt of Derby and Will Buckley of Wichita Southeast. Over on mat number 3, third period, Easton Rector of Pratt leads over Adam Orth of Heights 6-0 with a minute remaining. Good action here on mat number 2 on the upper right of your screen. Holt Williams of Augusta, a 2-0 lead over Cade Cook of Eisenhower at the end of the first.
That was a big takedown by Augusta there to final, 15 seconds and got that takedown.
Down to the final 43 seconds on mat number 3, and Rector of Pratt in control of Orth of Heights. He's getting near a pin here. Coming up, we'll have the consolation finals. 9-0 lead now for Easton Rector of Pratt, and then a reversal for Adam Orth of Heights with 19 seconds to go. Now Rector gets loose, and he goes right back in for a quick takedown to make it 12-2, and so Easton Rector will win at 220 pounds to move on to the consolation final. Take on the winner of the match on mat number 2. On your upper right, Holt Williams of Augusta leads 2-0 over Cade Cook of Eisenhower with 1:20 left in the second period.
That was a big takedown at the end there for Pratt to secure that major decision.
On mat number 1, 8 seconds left in the first period at 285 pounds. Alex Hurt of Derby leads 2-0 over Will Buckley of Southeast.
We need Coltis from Andrew Central and Gomez from Newton.
And over here on mat number 3, the last match of the consolation semis on mat number 3, up lower left of your screen, Will Coltis of Andover Central and Rio Gomez of Newton.
Gomez has been going upper body quite a bit. We're going to keep keeping an eye on that one. Hopefully we see a big toss or two. Augusta inching closer to flipping him on mat 1. Getting close.
That's actually Southeast wrestler wearing orange and black down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, potentially dangerous. No, it is an Augusta wrestler. I beg your pardon.
Yep.
It is actually Jace Christensen.
Newton was about to get a pin here on mat 3.
Yeah, the Augusta kid over there, he had that close match, I think, with a Southeast wrestler, and
He just had the bracket printed wrong.
He went down 5-0, and then came back right after the end of the first period and stuck him in the second.
The bracket was listed wrong. They had the wrong winner of that previous match, so that is Jace Christensen.
Newton finished that up with a pin real quick.
So over there at 285, Newton's Rio Gomez wins.
That was the kid that lost to the Goddard Eisenhower. The Newton kid was the one that lost to the Goddard Eisenhower kid for in the semis that went like 20 minutes worth of wrestling there.
So Rio Gomez wins at 285 to move on to the consolation finals. He will get the winner of mat number 1, Alex Hurt of Derby and Jace Christensen of Augusta. And as of right now, it is Hurt of Derby in the lead.
On mat 2 there, the Eisenhower took an ill-advised shot at the end of the second period. Now he's down 4-0, so he dug himself a little hole. Let's see if he can get out.
Holt Williams of Augusta on mat number 2 on the upper right of the screen with the lead over Cade Cook of Eisenhower at the end of the third period. 4-0 the advantage.
He's got a roll coming. He's got a roll.
There it is.
Nope.
Not enough pressure. Didn't have it tight enough, did he, Tim?
Nope. Had a little bit too much space in between.
So at the end of the first period over here, a 3-0 lead now for the wrestler from Derby, I beg your pardon, Alex Hurt. He got an escape right at the end of the second period to make it 3-0 Hurt of Derby over Christensen of Augusta.
Eisenhower's going to need 2 takedowns and a ride out here. Tie it up.
He's got to get moving, though. He's only got a minute 15 left on mat 2. He's got to get active, score some points. He's down 3 with a minute 10 left. That's not going to do it. If my wrestlers did that, I'd be lecturing them afterwards. You got to have some sort of setup. You can't just bull rush in and hope that you find a leg.
I'd be looking side to side here, getting a quick knee pick or something. Got to get a quick 2 to cut him.
Alex Hurt of
Clock's
Derby
still
about
running.
to
Clock's
win.
still running.
Alex Hurt of Derby about to win this one over on mat number 3, and he gets the pin. He beats Jace Christensen of Augusta. So Hurt of Derby into the consolation finals to take on Rio Gomez of Newton. Only match left of our consolation semis is right in front of us here on mat 2 in the upper right of your screen. It is Holt Williams of Augusta leading Cade Cook of Eisenhower 4-1 with 28 seconds left.
Eisenhower's got to go for something big here. And that might be the match right there, 6-1.
That's a sealed deal. He doesn't have a 5-pointer in him. Not with that position. He's got to get his hips off the mat.
Yeah, I'd say 10 seconds. I don't think he has the time for a rolling
We're
back.
done here.
Final 9 seconds, 6-1 lead for Holt Williams of Augusta. He will hold on and win. And the consolation semis are over. We have 26 matches left, fellas. 13 consolation finals, 13 championship finals, and then we'll be done.
Good day.
The best wrestling of the day still to come.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to see some slugging going on here in a couple minutes.
So we'll have a 15-minute break. We'll be back at 2 o'clock. We'll check the team scores when we come back after this 15-minute break. About set to go with the next round of wrestling. We will be in the consolation finals here at the 68th annual Douglas Goodwill tournament. As we take a look at the team scores before we get started here in this round, Derby maintains its comfortable lead. Derby is in first place, 177 points. Pratt is in second with 158. Newton third at 133. Augusta has 124 points in fourth place. Douglas is in fifth, 92. Goddard Eisenhower in sixth place with 76 points. Bueller in seventh with 64 points. Andover Central is in eighth with 23rd. Wichita Heights with 4 points. And Wichita Southeast has yet to score in this afternoon's competition. We are set for the consolation finals. Then we'll break, and then we will have the Parade of Champions and the championship round of this Goodwill tournament. Been a fun one so far.
Yep, and we did not have any lead change or any. I mean, it's still from the last time we reported the team scores. It's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that same exact order. And it looks to me that Derby did gain a couple points there.
And this is Derby's to win at this point. I mean, they've got the most wrestlers into the finals, and Douglas will have 6 of its wrestlers compete in these last couple of rounds, 3 in the championship finals and 3 in the consolation finals. So all in all, pretty good going for Douglas against a really good Goodwill field this year.
Yep.
So we are set to begin here in Douglas.
This is the consolation finals, right?
We are set for consolation finals.
3rd and 4th.
The horn sounded to get things started, but there is not much action to speak of at the moment.
Well,
we will await the beginning of this.
And now for the consolation
there we go.
finals.
Who do we got going first, Jay?
I believe
So mat 1 and 3 will be in the mat in the lower left of your screen will be used for this round. Only 2 mats.
And on mat number 3, Albright from Derby and Lynn from Augusta.
106 pounds, Jackson Newcomb of Andover Central against Logan Province of Derby. And then on mat number 3, the lower left of your screen, Ethan Albright of Derby and Andy Lynn of Augusta. So Derby with 2 wrestlers right out of the gate here in the consolation finals. Winner is 3rd, loser is 4th of this round. So everybody got a change of singlet as well.
Yep, you got to look fancy. It's time to get fancy. We're scoring some big team points here.
So here we go. We are set for action on mat number 1. Province of Derby, Newcomb of Andover Central. The 3rd place match at 106 pounds.
Quick in on the whistle. Andover Central has got a low leg single there. Trying to pick it up into a. Going for the back
Get
trip.
the trip. Ooh, we got a high fly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we went for a high flyer, but he didn't have the chin, but he got a nice slip out for nothing.
I thought it was going to be 2 for Andover Central. That was a good defensive move there.
We're about set to begin over on mat 3 at 113 pounds. Ethan Albright of Derby and Andy Lynn of Augusta.
That was a deep shot.
Yep.
That was a
Just
deep
gotta
shot.
finish it.
We're still in a scramble, though. Let's see
Yeah,
who scores points here. This is a great scramble here. Great transition between 2 wrestlers.
Say Derby's just. Oh, he's going for his buddy.
Well, they give Andover Central.
Say Andover having a tough ride with them boots in.
Yeah, he's sitting too high. He's got his weight back.
Yeah, but he
He's
also
trying
has
to
hand control.
Yeah,
though,
he is
too.
trying to lengthen him out there, but he's not
Yeah.
going to get any points out of it going into the second period here.
So it goes up 2-0 late in the first period over Albright of Derby on 15 pounds. So they'll head to the second period. 2-0.
Over on mat 1, Derby went for a big lift and
Cement mixer.
So Derby's able to tie it up. Province of Derby ties it at 2 apiece, gets the reversal over Newcomb of Andover Central. 137 in the second period of that one. And it's a 2-all score.
So I expect to see a tough ride by Derby here on mat 1.
fall for Augusta here.
Honestly, yep.
We're still tied up 2-2 over on mat 1. With a minute left in the second period.
Andy Lynn wins by fall on mat 3 over Ethan Albright. So Andy Lynn, third place at 113 pounds. So coming up on mat number 3 at 120 pounds, it'll be Nathaniel Chavez of Pratt and Cole Malloy of Derby.
Another Derby kid.
It's a nice 2-on-1. I'm not sure why he didn't try to roll through with the tilt there. He had it tight.
Yeah, he was. It looks like he was switching to that ball and chain tilt, but he wasn't quick enough to transition to that.
He had the 2-on-1 tight. Yeah, he's just going to ride this period out.
He's hanging on the hips pretty hard. Didn't get the tilt he wanted, so he's just riding the rest of this period out. We're going into the third period here. 2-2 tie still.
Quick shot on mat number 3, Cole Malloy of Derby. Third place at 120 pounds. So on to 126 on mat number 3, the consolation finals. Lugafett of Bueller and Colin Jackson of Augusta. Meanwhile, over on mat number 1, early third period, a 2-all tie at 106 between Jackson Newcomb of Andover Central and Logan Province of Derby.
I think if I was Andover there, I think I would have went neutral. Say, Derby put on a tough ride on that second period.
He's getting him in bad position. That Derby kid keeps putting himself up by his hips, up by his shoulders. He's not staying in a good position, and he doesn't really have. I mean, he had a cradle locked there at the end of that transaction, but he hasn't really had any pinning combinations set up, and he's getting to the side of the hips, which is putting himself in potentially a dangerous position to get scored on.
A little too early for the Derby wrestlers. Is that a caution?
Yep.
Yeah. I think the wrestlers were having a little bit of difficulty following the referee's cadence there.
Over on mat 3, Colin Jackson of Augusta at 126 pounds. A quick shot and a takedown of Drew Lugafett of Bueller. That's on the lower left corner of your screen.
In bad position again.
He's going to get pinned here if he's not
both
careful.
Both of his points are out. Man, he's got to know where he's at on the map.
I'm not sure.
That could have been some points scored for him there, man.
Into the first
period, did that Derby kid kind of go for broke with that headlock or with that side headlock right there?
47 seconds on mat 1. Over on mat 3, into the first period, Jackson of Augusta leads Lugafett of Bueller 2-0 at 126 pounds. We'll keep our eyes on the upper left of your screen right now. Final 35 seconds of a 2-all tie between Jackson Newcomb of Andover Central and Logan Province of Derby at 106.
Working that power half real good right now.
Yeah, it's looking like looking like the Andover kid's just waiting until overtime because he did get it on. He scored the first takedown of the match, and he's hoping to get back up on his feet. I think. Oh, he's getting a little active.
He's going to get a peek out. There it is.
And
no points yet.
It will be.
There's points.
Newcomb gets the reversal with 9 seconds left. Province of Derby will try to fight out of it, but down to 4 seconds, and Jackson Newcomb in the final 10 seconds rallies to win and take third place here in the 68th Goodwill at 106.
Once the Andover Central wrestler got that reversal, Derby threw the towel, and he knew it was over. He wasn't going to be able to come up with 2 points there. That was a good match, though. That was our 106 pounders. I mean, we're all the way up to 132 now.
Yep.
We went through several brackets.
Over on mat 1, we'll have Chance Holmgren of Eisenhower, Clayton Kaufman of Newton, the 132 match. That'll be in the upper left of your screen, but on the lower left, we're at 126 pounds. Lugafett of Bueller down 5-0 to Colin Jackson of Augusta. 56 seconds.
On bottom there, the guy that's losing by 5, he's just laying there letting him get beat on. So refs wanting him to get more the top guy to the green wrestler to score some more points.
Underway over on mat 1, Eisenhower's Chance Holmgren and Newton's Clayton Kaufman at 132.
Nice knee slide by Eisenhower to get into scoring position there.
He keeps knee slide.
Big lift.
Finally got behind him.
He's got to stay in.
All he's got to do there is get the wrestler to put his hands on the ground and he gets his points, but nothing. No score there, even though he was in a scoring position. He's got to have at least another point on the ground for him to get the takedown scored.
Into the second period on mat 3. Colin Jackson of Augusta in control, a 5-0 lead over Drew Lugafett of Buhler. Now we've got some blood for Jackson, so we'll have a stoppage over there. So we'll take a look over here at mat 1. Holmgren of Eisenhower tails 2-0 to Kaufman of Newton. 49 seconds in the first period remain.
Looks like we're going to have blood time on both mats now.
No, called a stalemate.
It looked like the kid was asking she was showing a little blood on his hand, but maybe the ref's like, let's wrestle, guys. If your first move is to just sturdy your base when the ref blows the whistle, that's not good wrestling there. You got to have a move where you're moving your knees, you're moving your feet, something's happening. If you're just sitting there basing is strong, your first move is to sturdy your base so that the other wrestler can continue to beat on you. That's not a good move. I mean,
Eisenhower's got to get his hands back right now.
Final 3 seconds of that first period at 132 pounds on mat number 1, and that'll do it. After 1, Newton's Clayton Kaufman leads Goddard Eisenhower's Chance Holmgren 2-0. Clayton Kaufman had the option after the deferral by Holmgren, and Kaufman chooses to take the down position.
Let's see if he's got any action from the bottom on the whistle. Nope. He's rolling that wrist under. He's up.
Nice cross face there.
Got to stay behind the elbows, though.
He's got that cross face still, but he's got to use it.
Trying to hit a butcher there, it looked like, for a second. Came around to the front head.
Colin Jackson of Augusta will be on top. Tries to get something going, needing to overcome a 5-0 deficit in the final period.
Yeah, he's the Augusta kid's been working a really standing. It's like he's checking the oil of the guy. He's got a tight wrist control, and he's just trying to muscle him over with one half of his body with his hand in his groin area. I don't understand the move. Yeah. He's not really hitting a tilt, but he is getting some pressure. He scored a little bit of back points off of that move.
So more blood on mat 3. Meanwhile, over on mat 1, we have a pin at 132 pounds. Is Newton's Clayton Kaufman. He finishes third at 132.
Thompson from Pratt and Sweat from Derby.
So coming up now over on mat number 1 at 138 pounds, Taylor Matthews of Eisenhower, Avery Dutcher of Newton. The minute 41 in the third period.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go on mat 1.
Dutcher of Newton in the black and gold. Dutcher of Newton in the black and gold. Matthews of Goddard Eisenhower in white.
That's a little hand fighting, a little slap fighting. See if they're able to do something with it. Back to center. Not really wanting to tie up too much. They're wanting to keep their distance. I think we got 2 counter-punching wrestlers going against each other, which is going to make for a long match.
Not sure. I mean, I feel like they're kind of feeling each other out right now. They're doing a lot of level changes, trying to get some reactions going.
They out of bounds with 15 seconds in the period over on mat 3. Lugafett of Buhler an escape to score his first point. It's 5-1. Colin Jackson with the lead with a minute 15 left in the third. And we have blood again.
Slide by Eisenhower. Will he get the 2? That's 2 right there. Should be anyways.
He called it. He did call it. Once he gets that leg locked and he gets that side by side.
Say The hands just have to touch the mat, and it's 2.
Yep.
So Dutcher of Newton scores right at the end of the first period to take a 2-0 lead at 138 pounds over Taylor Matthews of Eisenhower.
Eisenhower elects to defer. Newton chooses bottom. Let's see if he can get those points back here.
Don't forget to turn in your outstanding wrestler and sportsmanship balance to the table. Your outstanding wrestler.
I think we actually had to move from the bottom there. He exploded out, trying to hit a sit out or maybe even a stand up.
Say Eisenhower working a gable ride. Let's see. Trying to get that hammer. Nope.
He had it in deep for sure. He had his opponent's elbow way high. He had it in deep for sure. He had his opponent's elbow way high.
Get out. Yep. Good mat awareness there by Eisenhower.
It's a 2-0 lead for Matthews of Eisenhower over Dutcher of Newton. 1:14 in the second period. We're back underway over on mat number 3. Colin Jackson of Augusta at 126 pounds with the 5-1 lead over Drew Lugafat of Buhler. So for a takedown, rather, it's 5-3, but then an escape for Jackson. So it's 6-3. Heavy action here in the final minute over on mat 3. Jackson gets a takedown, 2 more points, so he reestablishes his 5-point lead with 30 seconds left. Gets an escape to take a to trail 2-1 to Matthews of Eisenhower.
Say Eisenhower's got to get out of that position. He's in bad position right
now. Up over here, Colin Jackson of Augusta. They go out of bounds, but
another blood time stoppage.
8 seconds left.
Yeah, you gotta let that go. You got 8 seconds. Let the time run out, and then they'll fix his nose after that.
Final 3 seconds over on mat number 1 at 138 pounds. And it'll be a 2-1 lead into the final period for Taylor Matthews of Eisenhower over Avery Dutcher of.
Yeah, we got a good. This is a good match over here on mat 1. 2-1, third period. The wrestler who has the lead chooses bottom. You got to see more action out of these guys. His weight was actually pushing through the side of his body rather than through the center of his opponent's body, so he didn't have great pressure going through the guy. But
I got the blood cleaned up. We're going to play out the string over here on mat 3. Colin Jackson of Augusta, 8 seconds away from a win. And that'll do it. Colin Jackson of Augusta, third place at 126, beating Drew Lugafat of Buhler.
Buhler did go. Lugafat did go for like a little Granby roll there, but he didn't have it tight enough. He didn't have it quick enough either. But he was at least trying something to get those 5 points back there at the end.
So over on mat 3, it'll be Carell Thompson of Pratt and Luke Sweat of Derby. This will be a good match over here.
Say Newton's got a 1 minute sprint coming up, trying to get a takedown here to tie it up.
Matthews of Eisenhower gets the escape. It's a 3-1 score on mat number 1. 50 seconds left.
Ooh, just out of room.
You got to have mat awareness there. Know where you're at on the mat. That was a great shot. Got in there deep, but he was already out of bounds.
48 seconds left on mat 1, upper left of your screen. Matthews of Eisenhower in the blue.
Yeah, he knows where he's at. He's close to the line.
See, he's
very smart wrestling by Eisenhower right now.
Keep it. I tell my advanced wrestlers, shoot in on you. Control their tricep. If you control their tricep, it makes it a lot harder for them to get behind you, and that's what he's doing. He's either grabbing a leg or grabbing a tricep.
The coach just stood right in front of the camera. We can't see what's going on, but a takedown for Matthews for Goddard Eisenhower, and he'll run it out, and that'll do it.
Yep. Yeah.
Taylor Matthews of Eisenhower wins it.
Yeah, Matthews just had him on his butt and then just jumped over the legs to secure that last takedown. Very clean technique.
Over on mat 3, we've got the Thompson brother,
Carell Thompson and Luke Sweet from Derby.
Yeah, these two like to bang for sure. They're both very physical wrestlers, and they both know really good technique. So this is going to be interesting.
Oh, and that's the end of the first period. Well, right when the action was getting hot, time runs out. Over on mat number 1, we'll have Ben Duncan of Augusta and Cooper McCloy from Buhler. This is at 152 pounds.
Say Thompson getting that arm pinned. Got a hammer lock now.
Yep. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to
He's just
score
going to
out
try
of
to
it?
run it.
Man. Gotta stay
He's
in
got
good
to get that
position.
head pinned before he starts running.
Yep.
Pretty good action over here on mat 1 as well between
Woo! Woo!
Augusta
Bueller's got some hops.
and Bueller. Duncan of Augusta, McCoy of Bueller. And Duncan of Augusta gets the 2 points to open the scoring.
He hopped out of a couple of different trips there, but the Augusta kid ended up securing the takedown there. But that was pretty athletic of him to be able to jump over two different trips with confidence.
Final 5 seconds of that one on mat number 1. They'll go to the second period with Duncan of Augusta leading 2-0 over McCoy of Bueller. Over on mat number 3, Carell Thompson of Pratt trails 1-0 to Luke Sweat of Derby in the second.
Yep, he gave up the escape there.
Yep.
But there's some good action over there. I'd keep my eyes on this one. This one's going to be bigger for sure. Nice drag.
Nice arm drag.
That was a great drag. I mean, he
I'd
pulled
say
his
timed that
entire
perfect.
he pulled his entire body. I mean, that was great. That was
That's it.
perfect technique.
Can't beat that timing either.
Yep. Well, we got 2 3-0 matches going on right now.
Yeah, over at the 145-pound weight class, Derby's Luke Sweat has a 3-0 lead over Pratt's Carell Thompson at 152. Augusta's Ben has a 3-0 lead over Cooper McCloy of Bueller. Both of those in the second period.
Thompson living
Got to get his
dangerous.
hips up. Got to
He's
get his
gonna
hips up.
fully Get it.
He's gonna get.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna
might
get
get
back points
backs,
there
too.
too.
That's
So
big.
2 points to make it 3-2. Now he's going
Watch
to
it.
score to take a lead with 12 seconds left in the second. Sweat makes it, wiggles away to avoid the fall. But as the final 5 seconds come off the clock in period number 2, all of a sudden, Carell Thompson goes from down 3-0 to take a 5-3 lead, and he's already telling the official he wants the bottom position to start the third period.
Those Thompson brothers are fun to watch. That's for sure.
Yep.
Over here on mat 1, Duncan of Augusta and McCloy of Bueller. 3-0 Duncan with the lead, 40 seconds left in the second.
Yeah, the Thompson wrestlers, they're position wrestlers. They know where they're at. They know where to apply pressure to get certain things. They know where they need to put their hips. It's just that was really good mat awareness. He knew he needed to get his hips up there and cover. And I mean, he was rewarded with a 5-point move there. That was fantastic.
Gotta say, it might not be the most technical move,
Exactly.
but off field, that can't beat that feel. Right now, Sweat's getting a little high too, trying to turn him. Thompson can get his butt up in the air. He might be able to get a Sweat off the side here.
Down to 6 seconds left over here on mat number 2. They're going to go into the third period with Augusta's Ben Duncan holding on to a narrow 3-2 lead over Bueller's Cooper McCloy, so we could have some big action over here as well.
Did Bueller got a reversal there, Jay?
He did.
Got some more blood time with the Thompson. I think he's getting that nosebleed back again.
So we'll keep an eye over here on mat number 1. Final period action, a 1-point match. Augusta and McCloy of Bueller at 152 pounds.
There you go. Nice.
Gonna get
That's
it's tied
big on Bueller.
all tied up now.
Yep.
3-3.
McCloy ties it 3 apiece with the escape early in the third.
Say if Bueller just grabs that elbow, rips it up, that lock break. He's got to snap. He's got to snap.
Coach is yelling for an ankle pick.
Yep. Oh, and he goes for it, but
Yeah,
he's
say
kind of
Gus
he
had
lets
that
go
short
of the
drag.
upper body control, so he's gonna
So
give it.
Duncan's
Let's
going
see
to take the lead 5-3 with 1:23 left.
Yeah, for that knee pick, ankle pick action, to keep a hold of the upper body tie too, and he did not do that.
But a near reversal, always fighting for a reversal as they get near the boundary. Duncan's maybe trying to edge out of bounds, trying to bring McCloy with him out of bounds.
Bueller's just got to go out.
He's
of
trying to
bounds.
drag
He's
him
got
back
his
into
one.
He's got his one just go out. Yeah.
They're going to give him the escape, so it'll be and Duncan of Augusta lead 5-4 over McCoy of Bueller at 152 pounds with a minute left in the third. Meanwhile, back over on mat 3, Thompson's blood issues taken care of. He just a moment ago took a 5-3 lead after trailing 3-0 for much of the match to Luke Sweat of Derby.
All Thompson has to do for the remainder of this match is continue to base up and show that he is improving his position. He could get cut back down to where he's laying down flat, base up, cut back down. He does not need to be reaching back. That's ridiculous. Let go of that. Okay,
So
that's
keep
better.
that leg, sit him on his butt. Ooh, wow.
Got rolled over, nearing some near fall points.
Thompson has a roll set up here if he grabs that arm.
Got to watch out for potentially dangerous on that knee.
Yep. Say if Thompson grabs Sweat's right arm, all he has to do is leg under, and he's got a 5-point move right there.
They're going to call a stalemate over there. 33 seconds in that one. Meanwhile, over on mat 1, Duncan of Augusta, McCoy of Bueller. Duncan up by 1. 13 seconds left. McCoy trying with all of his might.
Hanging on
They're
that
going to
front
call.
head. Hanging on
They're
that
going to
front
call
head.
stalling on Augusta's Duncan, but now McCoy gets in behind him.
There's two
there's
right
a
at the
2
whistle.
reversal, and as time expires, Cooper McCoy of Bueller wins it at the buzzer.
Yeah, that was tight. He pulled
Sweat.
that one out.
On mat 3 here, Sweat just went optional start. Pay for it. Got the escape and the takedown.
Quite a match there over there. Cooper McCoy trailed the entire match and wins it as time expired with a last-second reversal to beat Ben Duncan for the third-place medal at 152 pounds. Now we'll have a Douglas wrestler, Dalton Hilliard of Douglas, and Dakota Cook at 160 pounds coming up on mat 1.
And this is our first Douglas wrestler in the Conso finals, correct, James?
Yes. And Terrell Thompson just wins it over Luke Sweat of Derby on mat 3 at 145 pounds.
Let's see if we can get this Dalton Hilliard kid to keep attacking. Let's see that blast double again.
We're going to have 2 Douglas wrestlers going at the same time because coming up over on mat 3, it'll be Charles Pearson at 170 pounds against Bryce Windsor of Pratt. So Douglas is Hilliard on the upper left of your screen, mat 1 at 160 pounds against Dakota Cook of Goddard Eisenhower. Two of the 3 Douglas wrestlers in the consolation finals in action right now. First is a 2-0 lead for Cook.
He's got real good wrist control there. He chopped that arm over. He's getting 2-on-1 there for this match. There we go. Now let's see if we get some action here from Hilliard. Now it's 2-1. Got 5 seconds left in the first.
So after 1, Dalton Hilliard trails Dakota Cook 2-1. Over on mat number 3, Charles Pearson of Douglas and Bryce Windsor of Pratt going at it. And Windsor gets a takedown to take a 2-0 lead 20 seconds in.
Yeah, the Pratt kid had
contact after the whistle.
Yeah. He's ready to go. He's fired up. That heavy hand, I mean, he might have been warned on the heavy hand as well. Because shot for the Pratt kid, and he secured the takedown.
Say Pratt needs to run that and hook the head with his left leg, and he'll be able to flip the Douglas wrestler.
Shot for the Pratt kid, and he secured the takedown.
Say Pratt needs to run that and hook the head with his left leg, and he'll be able to flip the Douglas wrestler.
But let's hope not.
So Windsor very aggressive with Charles Pearson. Final 14 seconds of the first period. Windsor leads Pearson 2-1 on mat 3. Pearson trying for an escape and out 1 against Dalton or Dakota Cook of Eisenhower.
Did you see whose choice that was over there on mat 1, Greg?
My guess would be Eisenhower.
Yeah. Let's see if Hilliard or High's got now.
Against Dalton or Dakota Cook of Eisenhower.
Did you see whose choice that was over there on mat 1, Greg?
My guess would be Eisenhower.
Yeah. Let's see if Hilliard or High's got. Now he's not going to get. I was hoping he was going to get Pearson. Excuse me. I was hoping Pearson was going to get an escape there to tie it up 2-2 off of that penalty. Pearson. Excuse me. I was hoping Pearson was going to get an escape there to tie it up 2-2 off of that penalty point and the escape.
Got a body press over here on Matt.
Douglas is Pearson trailing 2-1, chooses top after Windsor deferred the choice to the third period.
There you go. Good hand control on Matt.
Hilliard riding over on Dakota. Lead for Cook over Hilliard at 160 pounds.
Got to get Hilliard attacking. When he attacks, he's going to get a good shot. Oh, I think he's giving this guy a little too much respect.
Yeah, say early season, you'd like to see him pull the trigger a little bit more because I mean, you got stuff to work on. You got weeks to improve. Let's try some stuff.
I could hit it a little quick there. Little dump.
No, he's
Controlling
got
that
an
tricep. Ah, there we go. Hey,
Ooh,
Right at the end of the
Awesome.
period, he ties the score. Hilliard gets the takedown as time expired on period number 2. And will have the choice to start the third period in a 3-all tie.
Fantastic.
Big.
And now Pearson about to win over here on mat number 3. He has Windsor on his back after
Yeah, that's
Just
pretty
say
flips
tight.
him over from the top, so he's going to at least take the lead on the near fall points.
To get that back to flip, Pearson's got to put that knee in his side.
Looks like Charles Pearson goes on top 4-2 with 55 seconds in the second period.
It's big. It'd be big for Pearson to get an extra near fall points here, just so in case Pratt goes both up again.
And now Hilliard scores a reversal to take a lead for Douglas at 160 pounds over here on mat 1 against Dakota Cook of Eisenhower.
Eisenhower kid had the leg right in, and he had a real tight power half, but he was too high, and Hilliard just bucked him off, and got the weight to where he needed and dumped him to the side and scored a quick reversal there to put him up 5-3.
So Pearson all of a sudden has become the aggressor, and he appears to be in a little better physical condition than Windsor of Pratt.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. I think the Pratt kid knew that his gas tank wasn't there, so he wanted to have a real strong first period, and we're not even done with the second period yet, and he's looking like he's just waiting for him to get beat on.
I'm not
5
sure.
seconds
I think
left.
Pratt's just trying to hold on through this second back to its feet. Because, I mean, he's only down by 2. So, I mean, one takedown.
Yeah,
and
he was
he was
going
dominant on his feet.
He immediately looked at his coach neutral. So hopefully we can have some good defense here by the Douglas wrestler.
Yeah, you gotta say, if I'm Pratt here, I'm going to try to get a takedown within the minute. And then I'm going to come at him. And then I'd try to get that takedown right out.
An escape on mat number 3 for Cook, but then Hilliard takes him right down. So 7-4, Dalton Hilliard leads it at 160 pounds on mat. An escape on mat number 3 for Cook, but then Hilliard taking right down. So 7-4, Dalton Hilliard leads it at 160 pounds on mat 1 for Douglas with 29 seconds left in that match. So Hilliard in good position to claim a victory for Douglas in the third place match.
Yeah, with 20 seconds left, he's just got to hang on at this point. Even if he gives up a stalling call at this point, he's got it locked up. He just has to hang on the hips.
Yes, Hilliard just kind of validating your point at the beginning of the match that he was giving him too much respect at the beginning.
Yeah.
He's really taking it to him in the third now.
Down to 5 seconds left. Hilliard will win it. Dalton Hilliard, third place in the Goodwill tournament for Douglas at 160 pounds. Over on mat number 3, Charles Pearson with a 4-2 lead over Pratt's Bryce Windsor at 170 pounds.
Yeah, the Windsor kid looks gassed. It's a completely different look than the first period where he gave up that pin. That's an important penalty point at this point now.
Yeah,
it would
it
be
is.
3-2, completely different match now. You know, he has to go.
To be honest, if I'm Pearson, I'm trying to crowd him as much as possible. I'm trying to not give him any space to breathe at all. So it's ride really would have been.
And now points swing. So this is going to be a tie. And Charles Pearson's about to lose, and he did. Charles Pearson gets beat with 39 seconds left by Bryce Windsor. Dusty Rhodes not thrilled with the conclusion of the match for Charles Pearson.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that ended that way.
So now over here on mat number 1, we have Isaiah Cook of Pratt, Thomas Johnson of Augusta at 182 pounds. Wade Morgan set to go for Douglas at 195 pounds over on mat 3.
Let's see if we can get Wade Morgan to take a shot in the first period here. That's what I think his opponent it'd be a takedown because his opponent's not ready for it. We hadn't seen him do it all day today.
Jacob Money of Augusta will be his opponent, the big, tall, strong 195-pounder for Augusta.
Yeah, say if I'm Money here and my coaches give me the scouting report on Wade, I mean, I'd be just working underhooks and maybe try to snatch since Wade has kind of straight legs.
So two Augusta wrestlers at the same time. Over here on mat 1, Thomas Johnson of Augusta, scoreless tie with Isaiah Cook of Pratt. But we'll keep an eye on the lower left of your screen. Douglas's Wade Morgan on mat 3 against Jacob Money of Augusta. Morgan it appeared to shoot, but maybe didn't get it.
Go for the throw. No. Do it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that is all dude right there. No points.
Good
no
defense
points
by Wade.
big defense by Wade.
Boy, this is a battle of upper body strength between those two, and they're going to go back to center. Boy, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was impressive that Wade didn't get taken down there.
Yeah, he was up off of his feet multiple times, and that is a tall dude to try to throw. Yeah, over on mat 1, we had some really good action as well. The Pratt wrestler had a really nice sweep single that he hit from the distance and got a takedown there right at the end of the first.
So Cook Pratt leads Johnson of Augusta at 182 pounds, 2-0 early in the second period. Morgan and Money at 195 pounds on mat 3 in the lower left, scoreless after 1. And that might have been the most active scoreless period we've seen all day.
Yep, no, that was exciting. That was a good period for Wade. Too bad he couldn't capitalize. He definitely, his defense paid off there. That was good stuff.
Yep.
Morgan on top to start the second period against Jacob Money of Augusta. 195 pounds. And a stalemate on number 1, Cook of Pratt, Johnson of Augusta. It is a 3-0 lead for Johnson of Augusta.
So
I beg your pardon, for Cook of Pratt.
Going on right now. Wade's just grinding on him.
Who do you think that takes more energy out of, to grind on someone or to be ground on?
It's definitely being grounded on sucks more.
Well, it looks like he's trying to get that chicken wing.
Morgan just trying to dominate him right now physically.
You got to get some points.
Reverse over on.
Honestly, though, if Wade just keeps that grind on, that could be paying big dividends in the third period on Money.
Over on mat 1, Cook of Pratt, a reversal to extend his lead 5-0 over Thomas Johnson of Augusta.
I say Wade needs to stay on his here. Don't let Money get up off his belly.
It's going to be Wade's decision in the third, isn't it?
Yep.
So just keep grinding on him.
Yep.
Hopefully we can get some action going on in the third. Get at least one, if not 2.
Final 5 seconds of the first period, and an escape for Thomas Johnson of Augusta. They'll go to
Wade
the third.
muscling him over.
Wade Morgan's going to get at least 2 back points on Money to score the first points of the match.
Bear hug.
Oh, let him slip.
Whoa, what's
So it'll be 2-1, 2 near fall points for Wade Morgan, and 1 point for the escape for Money of Augusta. Final 28 seconds of the second period.
Man, why wouldn't you follow him to the mat there?
I'm not sure.
He had the bear. Don't push him down. Take him to the mat. He could have finished that with by throwing a half in.
To be honest, when he was driving him, if he would have just drove him into the mat, they might have even gone out of bounds and got a fresh start too.
Yeah, it would have been 2-0 still. Yep. That's
and Money with 7 seconds left in the period gets the reversal to take a 3-2 lead as they drag out of bounds with 1 second in the period.
Money's height definitely came into be a big factor on that takedown.
Yeah, he got drug out real long.
So 1 second left in the second period. 3-2 Money leads over Morgan.
That's big for Money.
Yep.
Should be a exciting third period on mat 1. Over here on mat 3, beg your pardon. On mat 1, Isaiah Cook of Pratt has a 6-3 lead over Thomas Johnson of Augusta with 1:15 in the third.
Well, this is Wade chooses bottom, like we thought he was going to. He is down 1-0 or 3-2. He's down by 1 point. It's his match to win. He's got to get 1, if not 2 here. He's got to be active. I like that he crawled out.
Money is definitely breathing a lot harder than Wade is at this moment, but we need to get out.
Morgan trying to tie it up and does with the escape. It's 3-3, 1:45 left on the lower left of your screen between Douglas's Wade Morgan and Augusta's Jacob Money. This is at 195 pounds.
Yeah, Wade's got to get in on some legs or something.
Yep.
He's got to stop fighting this guy upper body.
Yep.
He's clearly better at doing the upper body stuff. He hit him with the slide by earlier. He's trying to do it again now. He's got to get in on the leg.
Match over on mat 1 is tightened up. 25 seconds left. Augustus Johnson, a takedown of Augusta. So now we're on to 220 pounds.
Sprawl hard, Wade. Sprawl hard. You got to sprawl hard. Crossface. Push his head down. There. Deep. He's going to get out of that. He's not going to give up points there. And he's going to try to go behind. Keep him in bounds. Got to keep him in bounds. Try to do a standing switch by Money, but no point. And Wade scores a takedown there. Great job to get 2 right. We got 28 seconds left in the third period. Wade goes up 5-3. Now he could technically, he could probably get away with stalling out by just hanging on the hip at this point.
28 seconds left. Wade Morgan, 5-3 lead over Jacob Money of Augusta. Over on mat number 1, about to go in the 220-pound consolation final, Easton Rector of Pratt, Holt Williams of Augusta.
Come on, Wade. You got to give up one, not two. Give up one, not two, Wade.
And Money gets the reversal with 18 seconds left to tie it at 5 apiece. Morgan's going to try to either get out of it or reverse to win late. And he gets the escape. Oh, they give him the reversal. It's a 2-point switch for Wade Morgan, and then a reversal for Money with 6 seconds left. Oh, what a third period. We are going to overtime, tied at 7 at 195 pounds between Wade Morgan and Jacob Money.
I think the two reversals there were probably a little premature, which is why the official was so handily ready to give 2 to each guy. But he could have probably left it at 5-5 there.
1 minute. Takedown wins it at 195 pounds on mat 3 in the lower left of your screen.
If I'm Wade, I'm not getting into a tie-up situation with this guy. He's going to end up trying to do some sort of a drag. He's going to do a push-pull. He's going to try to get him off balance and then go do a go-behind. Wade's got to get to his legs right now.
Right when he reaches. Boom, go.
Yep. Pop and go, pop and go.
Say Money's leaving his legs wide open.
Wade did have a good sprawl into a go behind as well earlier. Maybe he can turn it into a snap down here, but Wade looks like he's starting to lose a little bit of energy here as well. So first wrestler to go get it's going to end up winning. I think someone's got to get a leg or something.
24 seconds left in overtime. 7 all tie at 195 pounds between Jacob Money of Augusta and Wade Morgan of Douglas.
Yeah,
if I'm both of them, I don't want to go to a ride out.
10 seconds left. Morgan went for it. Money gets in behind him. The coach is not happy that Money let Morgan ride out of bounds, and Morgan hit the deck hard as they went to the basketball floor, the wood floor off of the mat. 3 seconds left in the overtime period. Money shoots. Morgan tries to counter, and that'll do it.
All right. Now we get to see who's the boy here. Let's see what we got going on here.
Money chooses it down. 30 seconds. If Money can hold on, he wins.
Nope. So we got right outs. So they each get a chance to go down and get away. Right now, Money going down first is big because now he'll know exactly what he needs to do. If you're Wade, you're trying to get the ride out here. Big time, possibly even get a turn. If Wade gets a turn here, everything's open to him.
18 seconds left. Again, we apologize. The coaches are standing right in the way of
They're still tied at the end of Wade's opportunity to score for 30 seconds. And then they will go into a sudden victory where the top guy has to hold him down.
Dusty arguing with the call, but now he's talking to Wade Morgan. Morgan is on bottom, down 8 seconds on there in a second ride out period.
Wade's got to get 2. And I got to tell you, I feel kind of confident in Wade because he's been able to get up and get away. He's been able to get up and sneak away. Yeah, this guy's going to hang on that waist and ankle all day. He knows Wade's going to be able to get up. Come on, Wade, back to your feet here, bud.
Wade with 22 seconds left, trying to post up and get out of it. Holding on for dear life down to 15 seconds. If Morgan could get an escape, he's close. He's trying to ride him out of bounds. Morgan trying to peel his arms loose. Money gives the trip down to 7 seconds left. What a match. This has been the best match of the day.
Done.
And that's going to do it. Jacob Money wins it in double overtime. An absolutely terrific match. Wade Morgan finishes third at 195. Jacob Money wins third. What a terrific match between those two.
Yep, that was an awesome match.
Well, that's the matches like that is where you find what you got to work on for sure. I mean, Wade learned a lot today. Learned he needed to go out and attack. And
over here on mat 1, meanwhile, we're into the third period at 220 pounds. Holt Williams of Augusta with a 6-3 lead over Pratt's Easton. Down to a minute left. And coming up in a moment on mat 3, final match of the consolation finals. 285, Alex Hurd of Derby, Rio Gomez of Newton. That one might be pretty good too.
Wow, how's that not stalling on red? It just backed up across the entire mat.
40 seconds left over there. Holt Williams of Augusta, the lead. Just trying to play defense here to finish this one off against Easton Rector of Pratt.
Let's say I think Augusta's here holding on by a thread. If I'm the ref, I'm not sure why he hasn't called
Yeah, there he
stalling
does.
yet.
Gives him a penalty point for stalling, and they're going to put them both up.
Yeah, he's apparently called stalling a couple times on that guy. So
That makes it 6-4 in favor of Holt Williams. Easton Rector trying to now that's a big stalling point because now a takedown would tie it up.
he's got to
So
go
he's got
though.
15 seconds though.
Oh,
Up.
front head. Is he gonna do it?
Will he get it?
Down to 10 seconds. He needs to
Oh,
get
he's got
around him.
broke.
That guy's hanging onto that leg for dear life.
He's got a hard cross
can
face.
kick
He's
it
got a hard
loose.
cross
Nice
face.
point.
And he's
Wow.
he got it with 1 second left, and we head to overtime on mat number 1 at 220 pounds. Easton Rector scores 3 points in the final 30 seconds, including a stalling penalty against Augusta's Holt Williams to go to overtime.
If I'm
6
Pratt
apiece.
here, I'm going hard for a takedown right now
Yep.
because that the Augusta guy is clearly gassed.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing the same thing. I'm staying right in his face, heavy clubs to the head, try to get him off balance and do the same thing as before.
A great match at 195, another terrific one at 220 pounds. Easton Rector of Pratt rallying late to tie it and force overtime with Holt Williams of Augusta.
Over on mat 3, we went through the first period with no score. They had
Ooh, he's in. He's in. Will he finish it?
Rector trying to finish
There it
this
is,
off. He's
dude.
got the
There
leg
it is.
control, and he gets it. That'll be
Will
it.
he get the
Easton
pin?
Rector of Pratt wins it in
I don't like that
overtime.
for a pin.
over on mat 3. We made it through the first period with
Ooh,
no
we got a
score.
body
The
lock.
Newton kid did have a deep shot, but
That's
the
Rio
Derby kid was-
Gomez,
the
and he
Derby-
pins him.
Wow! Did you see a pin there?
No.
Yeah, that wasn't a pin.
So we are
It was
finished.
a pin.
So we're finished with the consolation finals.
Next up will be the first place round matches. Those who are participating in the first round matches, please meet Mr. Menard in the hallway here in the weight room. Those participating-
So we are now going to have,
Meet Mr. Menard in the hallway.
I believe, our Hall of Fame ceremony.
Coaches, please be sure to turn in your ballots. for the outstanding wrestler.
10-minute break. The champion start at 3 o'clock. We'll